What's up, party people? How you doing? We're here. It's Tuesday. Get used to it. All right? Yeah. That's where I'm going. I'm hereby announcing that Tuesday henceforth will be known as Queer Day. And it'll be like Pride, except it only lasts a day, but it happens every week, and you probably don't have time to make a lot of plans for it. But hey, Phoenix right? How you doing, Willow? How you doing, anyone else out there? Let me push some buttons. There's one button, two buttons, all the way over here, three buttons. Now, where's my controller? There it is. I just had it. Literally seconds before. Oh, there's these two. All right. Come on. There we go. All right. All the fuck right. Headphones in, headphones on, and boom, menu. Okay, let's go. Let's do this. I got my coffee ready. I just had a bowl of rice with some cheap hot sauce. Good deal all the way around, I think. And we're gonna go Phoenix some rights. That's what this game's about. All rise. Or all rice, one of those. Episode 5, Bridge to the Turnabout. Part 3-1 Investigation. February 9, 3:43 a.m. Hottie oh no. Did we have to? Oh no. I'm still up at this hour reading through the trial record of a certain case. It's the first case my mentor, Mia Fey, had ever handled in a court of law. The horrifying truth that I refuse to accept is holding me hostage here within its pages. Hey, Bad Road. Dahlia Hawthorne. What I have read, I don't want to believe. What's written here, this isn't the Dahlia I knew. After falling into Eagle River, I was somehow miraculously saved. But I ended up catching a cold that seemed to knock me around the world and back. Yeah, he is in the clinic. That doesn't mean we won't have to see the creeper. I like that. When we first watched, like, all the clues are there, but it didn't occur to me that he was in the hospital when he was doing the flash forward at the start. I feel dizzy, my ears are ringing, my throat burns, and my head's on fire. But I will recover. I have to recover by this afternoon. I have to meet with the most ill-tempered witness imaginable. But I know that he'll be able to help me with him somehow. If something stinks, well, you know how it goes. February 9, 2:43 p.m., Dusky Bridge. Right? Are you sure you're well enough to be doing this? You still look a little green in the face. Maybe a Viridian in Odyssey speak. Actually, my fever's gone down quite a bit. How's your temperature now? Only 102.2 degrees, nothing to worry about. Hey, for most people, that's pretty high. They used Franziska's whip sound for Phoenix's cough. That's clever. I bet you that was both an artistic choice and a choice to save space in the ROM. Anyway, I read today's trial record. You weren't bad, Edgeworth. Pretty impressive despite the circumstances. We're not in the clear yet. The main point of contention tomorrow is going to be the murder weapon. Yeah. In the end, the Shito did not deliver the deadly blow. Which means there must be another sword hiding out there that we didn't know about. Another sword, huh? Don't you worry about a thing, pal. I'll dig up the murder weapon myself or I'll eat my coat. Thanks again, Edgeworth. I'll handle things from here. Huh. That's probably for the best. Actually, I was thinking about paying the old precinct a little visit. There's something I want to look into. And that is? Our client's background, naturally. You mean Irish, sir? I have the feeling that we've met before. All I want is confirmation, one way or the other. And since I probably won't be getting that from you, I'm sorry, Edgeworth. I bid you adieu, right? Take care. Guess I should get moving too. Why? You need to be somewhere? Yeah, you gotta get to work on this bridge, pal. I'm rigging something up so we can get across to the other side. Oh, that's right. Maya's still stuck over at the Inner Temple. But don't you worry, pal. As soon as it's set, you'll be the first to know. Why wouldn't they have gotten a helicopter out there by this point? The helicopter is not existent? Oh, wait. No, I'm gonna assume, since this is Capcom, I'm gonna assume that all helicopters explode when they try to rescue people. And they're prepared for this. Well, there was a weather problem yesterday, yeah, but there's not today. As soon as it's all set, you'll be the first to know. Thanks, Gumshoe. No problem, pal. Just try not to give me that cough of yours, okay? Alright, I'm off. Hang in there, Maya. We'll get you out. I promise. But in the meantime, gotta continue collecting evidence. Well then, alright. Looks like it's about 20 yards to that cliff over there. I can't see the Inner Temple from here. I really hope Maya's okay. 20 yards, 60 feet. It looks further than that to me, but, you know. Hazakura Temple doesn't have a single private phone line, and there aren't any houses in the area, so I guess Bikini's the only one who uses this. I really wish I'd brought my cell phone with me. Why didn't you? I guess this happens in, like, 2013, when occasionally people didn't bring their cell phones places. Now it really is more of a dusty bridge than a dusky bridge. That kidnapping incident happened here 11 years ago, so maybe it's cursed too. Wait, is this? This is supposed to be the same area. I kept thinking it wasn't. Interesting. So this used to be a park, and now it's a temple. That thing looks like it's ready to collapse, at least more than it did before. Yeah, that is even weirder. According to Bikini, Eagle Mountain is very prone to earthquakes. Which reminds me. If my memory serves me correctly, Edgeworth isn't exactly a fan of earthquakes. Yup. Fortunately, none happened. February 9, Hazakura Temple, main gate. Come on, please, it's for art's sake, I swear! Oh god, we already know it's Larry, enough with the question marks. And let me guess, it's, like it has to be Von Karma, right? There's no one else? There's only one guy I know who could be this persistent and high-strung. I'm talking about the heroine here! The heroine in my book! It'll make you famous! Ah! Enough. Called it. A fool's fool fools fools who foolishly accept the foolishness of a fool's fool. Wouldn't you agree, Phoenix Wright? Huh? Me? Wait a second. I know you. You're a... Ow! Your reflexes and mind need to shape up. Look, I'm face blind too. Give him a break. My brain's frying like a sunny side up and you want to grill me over a name? Francie, you can't do that! Even as we speak, Nick's on the brink of death, or so I'm told. Whip a dead horse. Isn't that one of your American sayings? No, it's not, and I'm not on the brink of anything. Come on, Nick, tell her, would ya? Tell her she needs to model for my new picture book, Francie's Whippity Whip Trip. Oh my god, he really does get worse every time he opens his mouth. Before you ask me to model, learn to give at least semi-coherent testimony. And before that, you'll have to learn how to live a semi-coherent life, Larry. Like that song? A semi-charmed life, but coherent? First coffee sip of the evening. Still pretty hot. Don't think I burned myself, but it was pretty hot. I don't care what anyone says. I'm telling the truth. I saw what I saw. She flew, I'm telling you. Whoosh, just like that dude with the red underwear. Don't think I'm gonna forgive you guys when you come crawling back to apologize. Off he goes. Which, again, we have had someone fly in a previous case. Huh. It's amazing how little has changed this you in the past year, Phoenix Wright. Probably true. Have you been in Germany all this time? That's right. Extending my perfect VIN record, naturally. Oh joy, sounds like she hasn't changed a bit. Has it really been a year since we first met? I am Franziska von Karma, the prodigy. I see. I gave up a promising career in Germany and came to this country for one sole reason. Revenge. Franziska was born and raised in Germany and became a prosecutor at the age of 13. Her father was the legendary prosecutor Manfred von Karma. He had a perfect win record for 40 long years, but now he is gone from this world. Don't tell me you still hold a grudge against me because of what happened to your father. Phoenix Wright, you will fall before me. This I promise. But it will be for my sake, not my father's. Are we clear? Yeah, crystal. See, I can snort because I'm stuffed up, and Phoenix also has a cold. See, you know, it's all part of the show. In truth, I was shocked. I came back to America with the intention of defeating you. Instead, it was my little brother who was leading the defense. Edgeworth. Come to think of it. Edgeworth was pulled into being a prosecutor by Manfred von Karma as well. Miles Edgeworth told me something very interesting, you know. He said this case has a special significance to you. Because it does. And that's precisely why I'm here. Your personal involvement will make crushing you into teensy-weensy pieces all the better. It's probably the fever, but she's so openly hostile that it's almost kind of cute. Ow! No smirking. No whipping the sick. That foolish fool doing such a foolish favor for such a foolishly foolish fool. Edgeworth. Make no mistake, Phoenix Wright. I came here for one thing, and one thing only. To pulverize you. It's not like I thought you were here to bring me some Cold Killer X, you know. Hey, call back. I went over the whole case file on the flight over. You read the whole thing? Yes, every last word of every sentence of every last paragraph. That is what the whole thing means. All the ridiculous things you did made it a very interesting read, you know. Attempting to cross a burning bridge. Did you even consider the dangers? No. The only thought in my mind was I have to get across. A fool who doesn't think is more foolish than a fool who foolishly thinks. Gumshoe said he'd let me know once the bridge was repaired. Maya, she's gotta be okay. I just know it. Plus, I need to ask her about what really happened at the Inner Temple that night. February 9, Hazakura Temple, Main Hall. That was one long sigh. Oh, she was stretching her back, I bet. Sister Bikini? My, I didn't know you were here. How you doing? You don't have to pretend to be in a good mood for my sake. I suppose I've made a terrible mess of things, haven't I? I let Mystic Elise die. And then there's Iris as well. Mystic Elise? Now that I think about it... Huh. There's an acolyte stuck at the Inner Temple. And that poor little girl's gone missing, too. Oh, right, Nick might not know that. That little girl. You don't mean Pearls. Yes, I'm afraid I do. She hasn't been seen since the morning after the incident. Pearls, she's missing? Why didn't anyone tell me about this? Alright, now it's time to panic. I must be getting old. She's been missing since the incident. Yeah, right? No one saw her. Huh. So who was using Pearl's body to commit the murder, right? That's the real question. I think I've seriously lost faith in myself. Are you talking about your performance at the trial today? You believe me, don't you? I'm not a liar. I would never lie. I know what I saw. I saw Iris pull that sword from Mystic Elise's body that night. I'm certain of it. At least I was until this morning. I don't see any psyche locks, so she must be telling the truth. So, why are you so unsure of yourself all of a sudden? You know that artist who testified after me? I saw Iris flying, her white hood fluttering. I felt like I might start flying myself. But yeah, Sister Bikini says the morning after, which is a very interesting choice of words because no one else has seen her since dinner that night. Good catch. When I saw that man testify so fervently about something so impossible, I started to wonder if I had acted just like him when I was on the witness stand. I wouldn't take that guy too seriously. He's an artist, but all he draws is trouble. Nothing else. If both Bikini and Larry are telling the truth, that can only mean one thing. They both didn't see what they think they saw. That's true. He is trying to draw friendship. Oh, nice. Alright, so... one of them saw Iris flying, and the other saw Iris pulling the sword out of Elise. Interesting. On the night of the incident, you met Iris at the Inner Temple, is that correct? We still don't know Elise's real name either. That's right. I'm sure it was Iris. But Iris claims she was in her room in Hazakura Temple. I knew I shouldn't have come back here that night, but because you did, Maya stuck all by herself at the Inner Temple. I'm so sorry. The drafts in that place are nothing to shake a stick at, winter's especially bad. I'll bet. The training hall looks like it's about to fall down any second. Eagle Mountain's always been prone to earthquakes, just so you know. Earthquakes? Yes, I wouldn't be surprised if the next big one levels the training hall. We've got to get Maya out of there and fast. But still, there's really no need to worry. That area on the other side of Dusky Bridge is isolated like an island. It's like an island? How so? Well, the only thing on that side of the bridge is the Inner Temple. No one lives out there, and it's surrounded on all sides by the river or the forest. I see. So a criminal would be trapped should they choose to flee in that direction. That's an interesting thing to say. And as long as the bridge is out of commission, he or she will have to stay there. That means Maya could be stuck out there with a murderer with no way of escape? Oh dear, yes, I suppose it does. Oh, please, Gumshoe, get that bridge up faster. I'm curious about a few things if you don't mind answering some questions. Oh? Do you need to know my measurements for your investigation or something? No. I want to know a little more about the victim, Ms. Elise Donim. That is one damn fine cup of coffee. I'm afraid I don't know her waist size, or her bust size for that matter. No, Why are you like this? I'm wondering why she came to stay in a place like this to begin with. I mean, she told us herself that she wasn't here for spiritual training. My, you make it sound like this place is some sort of dump, Mr. Wright. Mystic Elise was here to soak up the natural beauty of Eagle Mountain, if you must know. There, you did it again, Sister Bikini. I notice you always refer to Ms. Donim as Mystic Elise. Been noticing that too. Oh? Yeah, now why is that? After all, if she's not here as an acolyte... We address all our visitors as Mystic. It makes their experience feel authentic. And anyway, she's older than me. You must respect your elders, you know. How do you know that? How can you say for sure she's older than you? Boom. Now we're getting somewhere. Huh. It seems Ms. Elise Donim was no ordinary visitor after all. And there's Pearls. What if Elise turns out to actually be Dahlia? And Iris is some relation? She was with Ms. Donim on the evening of the murder, and now she's vanished. It's all got to be connected somehow. Well, let's talk about Pearl then. Is that Misty? Oh, fuck. Misty versus Jesse, etc., etc. That show was weird. It's so weird to go back and watch it as an adult. Elise, I mean, she could be Misty. I was just thinking about the constant making fun of Misty for being small-chested. Misty Faye. Okay. That makes way more sense. But the place my brain went was really funny. Could be. She does look like she could be related. If so, that'd be kind of an ironic end, huh? It'd suck for Maya to lose her sister once and her mom twice. Why did Pearls have to get mixed up in this mess?
Please, Mr. Wright, I know you're worried, but try to keep it together.
Oh man, my head's throbbing so bad it's killing me. Pearls, she was with Ms. Donim on the night of the murder, remember?
Yes, but I have a temple to run, you know. I was busy preparing for the training. I didn't see the little darling even once after we'd...
You just said that you'd seen her. Huh. The murder. It didn't take place right in front of her innocent eyes, did it?
According to the detective, she hasn't turned up at her home either.
Come on, keep calm. There's one place left where Pearls could be. She just has to be there. Come on, Gumshoe. Tell me you'll be done with the repairs soon. Oh yeah, they could both be over in the inner temple. Whoops. I hit the A button. All right. Well. February 9, Hazakura Temple, courtyard. This is where Sister Bikini witnessed the incident. Hard to imagine she was lying on the stand, so maybe there are some clues that have yet to be found. The Shichishito. It's there in Mystic Amy's right hand. But it was proven in court today that it wasn't the murder weapon. Given the design, it must have been used for some pretty gruesome things in the past. As far as I know, they were usually ornamental. It could be pretty fucking painful, though. They got quite a bit of snow up here on Eagle Mountain. Around here, skis aren't just for fun, they're tools for getting around. But the sled, now that's gotta be for Bikini's own personal entertainment. Well, hell yeah. The main gate's on the other side of that stone wall. The difference in elevation's almost 10 feet. That's how steep the hillside is. And that's also the height the body fell from, according to the autopsy. Is it possible that Ms. Donim was pushed from the top of the wall? Also, we're not going to comment on that ladder because it's just a step ladder. Especially if she was channeling someone who looked like Iris, yep. Ms. Donham's staff. I definitely remember there being a crystal sphere attached to the staff. I guess Larry eventually found the sphere near the foot of Dusky Bridge, but what was it doing all the way out there? There are a few of these stone lanterns scattered around in the courtyard. Without the city glare to compete with, I imagine they'd seem a lot brighter. I guess Sister Bikini must light them now since Iris can't be here. Nothing else? All right.
Hey! What was that jarring, inconsiderately loud yell?
So this is where you been. Keeping nice and warm, I see. Detective, have you finished the bridge? Yeah, I did. I told you I'd let you know.
Well, then I'll come along with you and...
Sorry, ma'am. No unauthorized entry. Access is restricted to people involved in the case.
What was that? I'm involved, aren't I? You couldn't get much more involved than me.
Oh, well, yeah, but that's not what...
It's been a while, Scruffy.
Miss Van Kama. Damn, that delay.
Sister, please, leave the investigation to me. My. Well, you certainly seem to have everything under control. I'm on your side. I won't do anything you don't want me to.
As you work to pin the guilt on Iris.
What are you daydreaming about, Phoenix Wright? Ow, that hurts, you know. Silence! I, Franziska von Karma, will personally guide you through your investigation. So you will follow me.
She's not seriously gonna follow me around, is she? I gotta have someone to follow the player character, right? Well, that's kind of funny that it doesn't count. It doesn't count the repairs as anything new. Alright, this doesn't look like super safe, but it's better than nothing. Alright, let's go see who we can find. You could be the culprit or the victim. That would make you more involved. That's true. But what if she's the culprit and the victim? It is. It's very funny that it's that our partner character is Von Karma. February 9, Inner Temple Gates. Things have certainly become a lot more hectic than before.
They must have commenced with the investigation. Oh, Mr. Nick! That voice. Earls! Mr. Nick! Mr. Nick!
Oh. So you were here ever since that night?
I was so lonely, I thought I was gonna die.
Well, wait, does that mean Maya's not here?
When I woke up in the morning and saw the Dusky Bridge was gone, I realized I was all alone.
She was all alone?
It must have been very trying for you, little girl. I'm Franziska von Karma, the prodigy. There's no need to worry now that I'm here. You're the prosecutor who was so mean to Mystic Maya last year. Well, I don't like you. You're nothing but a little girl without your whip. Mystic Maya didn't do anything wrong, but you were so mean, and I will never forgive you.
Looks like Pearl's words are getting under her skin. Ah, why are you whipping me? I didn't even say anything.
You didn't have to, as a smile on your lips gave you away.
Anyway, Pearl's... Weren't you with Maya?
I'm sorry. It's all my fault.
Huh? What are you talking about, Pearls?
I missing Maya.
Hey, wait, Pearls! She just ran off.
Ow! That was cruel, Phoenix Wright. To make a little girl cry like that is inexcusable.
What was that all about? Pearl acting like that? Oh, it's giving me the creeps. Oh, I guess I'd better take another look around since I finally got the chance. Especially since something about this place seems different from 2 days ago. Uh-huh. Look what's been running. Look how the snow under it has melted. There's a weird smell coming from the incinerator. The door's also open, almost like it's begging me to look inside. Well, let's see what stunning clue is concealed in here, shall we? Is it a hood? Huh? It's empty.
How naive of you, Phoenix Wright.
But it's a bit strange, don't you think? Franziska von Karma? I seem to remember... There was snow on this incinerator the first time I saw it. In other words, someone's been using it to burn something recently. Why do only 4 of the Jizu statues get blankets? I guess the last one gave its blanket as a hood to whoever was flying over the bridge. Damn. Good catch.
Listen, Phoenix Wright. It's impertinent to call people by their full name.
I was only copying you. What the fuck? Now she's just screwing with him. It's almost good-natured. Yeah, there should be 2 other blankets, huh? Look at all the Buddha statues lined up along the path.
Phoenix Wright, do you think this is how many siblings a head nun has?
Now she's definitely fucking with him. Why don't you ask her the next time you see her?
You know what? I think I will.
And she'll probably slap you for prying into her private affairs.
Phoenix Wright.
What? And would you stop calling me by my full name like that?
Was this once a prosperous port?
A port?
Yes, that metal hook is a mooring post for boats, you know.
Oh, that. That's an anchor for one of the wires that's used to hold up the bridge. I think that wire was tied to this one, probably snapped when the bridge burned down. I mean, there's no way there was ever a port all the way up here, right?
Don't get smart with me, Phoenix Wright.
But I didn't say anything! Somehow this comes off as more ominous than funny because there's no goddamn music. There's a little gate that leads into the garden. It says no entry on the sign, though.
Come now, Phoenix Wright. What are you doing? Let's go in. It's half open anyway. What harm could come of it?
But it says no entry.
Don't you Americans enjoy doing whatever you like and then simply say whatever?
That's got nothing to do with anything, and who told you that? Basically the entire world.
This must be the door that leads to the inner temple, where Maya Fey was training on the night of the murder.
Yeah, there's a solitary room there called the training hall.
You could do with some training yourself, Phoenix Wright. Ow! You're completely out of shape.
I don't know how much more of this woman I can take. The sign says Inner Temple.
I don't know how you're reading it, but it's incomprehensible to me.
Actually, I can't read it either.
Feigning comprehension isn't a very good habit to have, Phoenix Wright.
She looks really happy to have finally caught me on something. Can we go further in? February 9, Inner Temple, Training Hall. What is that grime all over the... That's a psyche lock. Why is that a psyche lock? Why is there a psyche lock on the door? I think Phoenix just had the same... I think he just had the same double take as me.
What's wrong? Why are you so quiet?
Maya, she was supposed to be in here training.
Yet it appears she's nowhere to be seen.
What's that? That strange lock. Wasn't there 2 days ago. This whole room is really giving off some strange vibes. Ah, this door. When I was here 2 days ago, that weird lock wasn't on it.
Those chains, it's almost as if they're guarding something inside that cavern. I've never seen a lock quite like this before.
I have. I've seen locks and chains just like this before. They look just like the ones that guard a person's secrets during a psyche lock. I wonder if this lock is guarding something too. Dark secrets in a dark cavern.
What do you think of this yellowish poster is, Phoenix Wright?
It's a scroll, not a poster. It's a picture of a woman who's actually...
A woman? I don't see any woman here.
There's a different atmosphere in this room since the last time I was here. No, it's not a different atmosphere. It's a different smell. It's gravy.
What's the matter?
This scroll, it's been completely covered in gravy. Let me double check and make sure we're not in Quebec.
Ah, yes, there's a very appetizing smell in the air. But gravy is a type of sauce. So when you run out of paint, you Americans use gravy as a substitute, I see.
No one does that. For starters, it stinks. Gravy is better than I thought it was. I thought someone had puked on it at first. Could be Hawaii. I've heard they put gravy on everything there too. Huh. Didn't know that. This must be the gravy that we had with the roast on the night of the incident. Why would anyone do this? Why this scroll? A scroll that has, yeah, Misty Faye's image. Misty Faye's image is obscured by gravy. That's my new reaction image for everything.
What took you so long? I thought even you'd manage to get here faster than this.
I thought even you'd manage to get here faster than this, Mr. Trite. Prosecutor Godot, I didn't know you were here.
Prosecutor?
How come you didn't show up at the trial today? Ha! I could ask you the exact same question. Huh? But I had a cold, so I had something slightly more important than a common cold to deal with. The importance of which is something you have no hope of ever understanding.
Enough. I believe I have the measure of you. You're the very worst kind of prosecutor. What could be more important than a trial?
Who's the wild mare, Trite? This is Ms. Von Karma. She was the acting prosecutor in your absence today. Well, I guess I owe you one then. But you can go now, princess. It's time for the big boys to take the reins. Oh, kick his ass, Franziska.
Just who do you think you are? This case is
Hey, Philly. Know your role and shut your mouth. Did he really just quote Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson? I can't stand women like you. I'm only gonna say this once, Lady Von Whippingberg. Go home.
Phoenix Wright! What are you hitting me for?
You deserve more craps to the whip than that, Trite. What? You still don't get it, do you? You don't realize that you've set something in motion that you will never be able to undo. There is something different about Godot today. I'm getting such a strong sense of something from behind that mask of his. Is it anger or is it sorrow? You had some important business and that's why you weren't in court, huh? So what was it? I've told you once before, but perhaps you don't remember. I've returned from the depths of hell to do battle with you. You see, Trite, I've experienced something most have not. Death. You died? Of course, being extradited from hell is a tedious affair. The meticulous regeneration and adjustment of all your eternal organs is... well, let's just say modern medicine allows us all to live to a ripe old age. Wait, what country do you think this is? Even someone like me. So you mean that mask you wear is this ugly device? I promise it's not a fashion statement. My unenlightened friend. Without this, I can't see your frequently dumbfounded face. I didn't know. My eyesight's pretty messed up. Even with these huge goggles on my head, I still can't see everything. Still, I keep this worn-out piece of junk of a body going with regular servicing. This is getting weirder and weirder.
I'm sorry, but you say you experienced death. How is that possible? What happened?
Why don't you ask him?
Huh? Me?
Yeah, tried you. You should know all about it. You know when my life ended, and who ended it for me.
Well, Phoenix Wright, do you? I don't know what he's talking about.
Although, to be honest, I do feel a little tug at the corner of my memory. I think I do know about how Godot was killed. It'll all become clear in due time. Isn't that right, Trite? And that brings us to our first ad break. Before we do that, let me remind you that there is a civil rights movement happening around the country and the wider world. Black Americans, people of color, fighting for things that should never have to be fought for, like equal rights, equal treatment under the law, to not be attacked, terrorized, and even murdered by the police.
We have listed here some ways you can help, including the bail fund network to help keep protesters out of jail, the Okra Project and the Black Trans Travel Fund to help black, trans, and non-binary people with food, supplies, and travel out of dangerous situations, and the Black Hills Legal Fund, the Lakota People's Fund to take back their land, the Six Grandfathers, which was stolen by white people, arbitrarily renamed to Mount Rushmore, and then had some white slave owners' faces carved into the side of it. Black Lives Matter, lives of people of color matter, Indigenous lives and lands matter, Asian and Pacific Islander lives matter. These are things we got to keep saying and pushing and fighting for until the people all the way to the top not only understand and acknowledge them, but work to make them real protected truths. All right, we're going to go to the break. Going to run 3 minutes of ads, chase away the pre-rolls, and we'll see you back here in just a few. All right, we are back. Let's try and learn more about Godot. Sorry. The problem with squishmallows is they tend to roll around when you try to adjust them because they're big and round. So sometimes I'll sit up and all my squishmallows will fall out from underneath me. All the squishmallow falls out of my pocket. All right, let's keep going. Earlier, you said I've done something I can never undo.
did you mean by that exactly? The inner temple here is on this side of... Here on this side of Dusky Bridge is an isolated island. That's what Sister Bikini said too. And I wonder, Trite, do you know what the police are doing here today? What do you mean? They're searching. Searching for any trace of an acolyte who went missing. Ooh. Missing? As leader of the search party, I can tell you this with absolute certainty. Maya Fey is not on this side of Dusky Bridge. Huh? But that's impossible. She came here that night and... I won't say it again. The chances of her being here are nil. Excluding, of course, one very unique place. One? Where is that? The Sacred Cavern, the entrance of which we are standing at right now. Also, this is the first time we've seen a Psyche lock that someone without a Magatama could see. Which I guess makes sense, since it appears to be a physical object in the world. Even if it is a little uncanny with how it's drawn all over the background. This is the only place that the search party has yet to explore. So they haven't searched that cavern yet, huh? Beware, though, that the temperature inside frequently falls below freezing. Even if she were in there, the chances of her being found alive are slim at best. No! Which means, Trite, that you sent Maya Fey to her death.
You fool! If that's the situation, why aren't you in there with a search party right now?
Porpoise lock, yes. You must have blinders on, my equestrian angel. Don't you see the... Why does he keep calling her a horse? Like, I get that she's wearing, like, an outfit that's kind of like a rider's outfit. In fact, very much. She's not a horse. She's a horse girl, but she's not a horse. Don't you see that big lock and chains? It's a trick lock. I'm making preparations to open it as we speak. Well, Trite, once again, a woman dies because of you. Once again? What are you talking about? Don't tell me you've forgotten. It was only 2 years ago, after all, when the last unfortunate woman died because of you. Because of me. And do you know who that was? It was Maya Fey's sister. That's right, Mia Fey. Yeah, we figured this out way early on. Mia! You killed her. No, that's not how it was. It was 2 years ago. Mia Fey was pursuing someone, a man, but she bit off more than she could chew. She made a very dangerous enemy. Yeah, that's one case I'll never forget. But I got the guy, personally. Sure, Miss Fey's murder was caught. But that won't bring her back. Well, no, but you were with her at the time and no one else. It was your responsibility. You should have protected her. You say Mia Fey was your teacher? Well then, I'd say you've learned nothing, Trite. You robbed her of her life, and now you've let her sister suffer the same fate. I haven't sentenced Maya to death. No. So this is gonna end with either Pearl or Maya channeling Mia to tell Diego that it's not Phoenix's fault, and it's not his fault either, and etc., probably.
What is this peculiar looking lock? Why don't we just break it open? It would be a simple matter of...
I'm afraid we can't do that. This area has always been prone to earthquakes. The repeated tremors have weakened the foundations of the training hall. Any excessive force used to break the lock open would, well, let's just say the inner temple and the sacred cavern would be a thing of the past.
Very well, then I suggest Then dare I suggest the obvious solution of opening it with a key?
Ha! Sure, just show me where the keyhole is on this trick lock.
There's no keyhole?
That's right. An interesting puzzle, huh? The person who set this lock is the only one who can open it.
Then who was it?
Simple. The accused.
What? Iris?
When an acolyte undergoes training inside the sacred temple, the attended sister is responsible for locking the entrance. Obviously, the night of the murder was no exception. Maya Fey was to train in there.
Sister Bikini did mention it a number of times now that I think about it. She said that Iris was left in charge of supervising the early stages of the training.
So Iris, the accused, is the only one who can open this lock. I've arranged for her to be brought here now.
Iris is the only person who can open the lock. I hope she gets here soon. Hang on in there, Maya. We'll get you out.
So,
why wouldn't Maya be at the door?
I should be getting back to work.
Wait, Godot? How sure about Maya are you?
There's no doubt in my mind. She's in a sacred cavern somewhere. It's the only place she could be. You better stop praying. You better pray that friend of yours brings the accused back here soon.
Edgeworth?
Listen up, Trite. There's only one thing I want to say to you before I go. I will never accept you. Never.
You should choose your friends more carefully, Phoenix Wright.
That's what everyone says. It's like I don't have much of a choice. I guess I'll have to go do what I can for now.
Woof. Nothing new in here.
The scroll shows a picture of Misty Faye, master of the Kurain channeling technique.
Why would anyone cover it in gravy? I can't make out what's drawn on the scroll at all. I've never understand you Americans and your so-called artists.
Artists? Yeah.
You know what? I'm with her on that one. It's an antique dresser. Don't you dare open it, Phoenix Wright. Now I know how Maya feels when I tell her not to touch things. What a pity. It's full of nothing but old clothes for the acolytes.
I thought we weren't opening it. That's actually relevant.
I'm from the prosecutor's office. I can do anything.
Yeah, you can do anything except stand up to a 9-year-old girl.
He's right. I don't know. Should I? Or shouldn't I? Sounds like someone's talking to himself. Where's that coming from?
Yeah, I guess I better wash that off.
That's what I'll do. No, but I can't do that. I'm a detective.
My brain. This is driving me nuts.
Ah! Is something troubling you, Scruffy?
Please don't whip me like that all of a sudden, sir.
It was merely a simple greeting, a friendly tap on the shoulder with my whip.
So what's up, Gumshoe? Something on your mind?
How'd you know, pal? Perhaps you were trying to decide if you wanted to wash that off or not?
How'd you know, sir? Oh, yeah, I nearly forgot. You can't go through that little gate there, okay? You mean the one that says no entry on it? I, kind of already snuck in there. Is he trying to be clever or something?
So what's behind there, Scruffy?
Huh? Kind of garden-like garden. A garden?
Yeah, anyway, it's under investigation right now, so keep out. I'm not telling you, I'm asking you, pal. You got me? Isn't it normally the other way around? Well, see you later. Why does he want us to go in there so bad? So shall we adjourn to the garden, Phoenix Wright? Of course. What else would we do? I really want to know what Gumshoe was thinking of washing off. Well, here we go. February 9, Inner Temple, Garden, and then Gumshoe's gonna come in after us. It says Maya, but upside down. Why would it say it upside down? And it's with a brush. That's definitely painted with a brush. So we've got upside down name drawn with a brush in what might be blood. That's a strange feeling in there. I wonder what it is. Strange feeling. Forget about that. What's the strange writing on the stone lantern? Ah! What are you doing here, sir? I thought I said you can't come in here. Don't you know, Scruffy? Von Karma will always show up wherever there's a clue. And there's plenty of clues to be found here. But... wait, he didn't want us to go in here? I find that hard to believe. So how's the Inner Temple investigation going? Well, we got the best forensic team in the world working the place. Forensic team? And what was the outcome of this scientific study? Nothing. Scientifically speaking, the place is clean as a whistle. Coffee. That's simply not good enough, Scruffy. Do you think I'll let you get away with that? Oh. Well. There were a couple of things that bothered me when I first got here, sir. That stone lantern and the surrounding areas that's not covered in snow, correct? They look kind of fishy to me. Yeah, you know, scientifically speaking. So I got the lab boys to look them over. The results were, it's kind of hard to say, actually. I guess I better look into them myself. About Maya. Oh, did Mr. Godot tell you? Yeah, we heard. He got a search party out looking for her. But there's nowhere else she could have disappeared to on this side of Dusky Bridge. All we can do is wait for Mr. Edgeworth to get here, pal. Edgeworth? He's escorting Iris, the defendant, over here. We'll have to wait, since she's the only one who can open the door to the sacred cavern. Oh, I think Mr. Edgeworth wants to talk to you about something too, pal. Huh? Wonder what it is. Just don't be expecting any good news when you talk to him. When I spoke to him, Mr. Edgeworth sounded so down. I felt like I was drowning. Sounds pleasant. There is... This looks like a goddamn Where's Waldo of evidence. Well, I guess more like an I Spy. There's a charm or something poking out from the snow. It looks pretty old. There's a leather cord tied to it, too. Apparently, it belonged to the victim. To Miss Elise Donim. Yeah, there was a broken leather cord around the lady's neck. Ends of the cord found on both the victim and this charm match exactly. Sounds to me like this little trinket's gonna be my ticket to getting some very big answers. Worn by Elise Donim, found in the garden of the Inner Temple.
The Inter-Emple, I almost said. A little lantern, little statue.
It is certainly a quaint little garden. Oh! What is this huge bowl here for?
Oh, I know this one. It's a water bowl, isn't it?
Everything else is completely frozen over. But the ice in this bowl has been broken.
That's true. I wonder if this has any impact on the case. Well, I doused my face earlier with the water in this. I was getting kind of sleepy.
Next time you're sleepy, you need only come to me. Got it?
Okay. There's a couple of torches here. I guess you need all the light you can get up here in the mountains. Yeah, I was looking at those things, pal. It looks like they've been lit pretty recently.
Recently? How recent are we talking about?
As recent as the night of the murder. Maya was training here on the night of the murder. It's not unreasonable to think these things were lit up at the time, I guess. Well, this is odd. There's no snow on the ground here. And it's an almost perfect rectangle. It couldn't have happened naturally.
Yes, it appears as though someone has carefully cleared away the snow.
No doubt it was you. No, it wasn't me, sir. It was already like that when my men and I got here to start the investigation. If it wasn't the police, then who did it? Oh yeah, there's something I need to tell you. Just between the three of us, okay?
What is it?
It's top secret. You cannot tell anyone. Got it?
Understood.
Well, when I was a kid, I got knocked out of the local wrestling contests, you see. I was so disappointed, I just picked up my mouth guard and cried all the way home. Man, I got in so much trouble when I left it on the couch. Look, the game Andy's playing is a very sympathetic look at ADHD. But I think I might still relate to Gumshoe more.
Is that it?
That's it. Ah! Whoever cleared the snow away must have had a reason. Though I can't even begin to imagine what that reason could be. Now for the piece de resistance. What the heck is that? Uh-oh. You spotted it, huh, pal? Are you kidding me? It couldn't be more obvious.
It says Maya.
Yeah. And before you ask, it is written in blood.
You will answer all our questions now, Scruffy, without exception.
Yes, sir.
Bloody writing.
Maya. So these letters are written in blood. Yeah. What's worse is it's the victim's blood. Huh? This is Ms. Donim's blood? We haven't done a detailed analysis yet, but it's looking that way, pal. Wait, why would you make... If you haven't done why... What? That's not how testing blood works. I hope this is not Chris's blood.
Oh, Barry. Huh, most interesting. Phoenix Wright, I presume you know, don't you? Why Maya's name is written upside down.
You know what? That was really bothering me too. But I just came up with the answer, the result of my own special gumshoe investigation.
Really, do tell.
Well, on the night of the murder, that stone lantern was upside down.
Anyways, there's really only one logical explanation to this mystery. Miss Elise Donim wrote these letters herself, in her own blood.
You must be joking.
That's impossible.
From the writing in the victim's blood and the other clues left behind, it seems pretty likely that this garden was the scene of Miss Elise Donim's murder. At least that's our current theory on how the events took place, pal.
What?
Why would she be why would it being her blood mean she was writing it upside down? I don't see the connection. Unless she was, like, hanging upside down in the air? I don't get it. Am I missing a detail here? So Ms. Donim was killed here. However you want to look at it, that's what people are saying now. Then what Sister Bikini saw in the courtyard at the main temple was... But what was it? If that wasn't the scene of the crime, what did she see? What do you think, Ms. Vug?
Surely a special gumshoe investigation would reveal the answer, no?
But wait a sec, the bloody writing and all the other clues here. Someone could have easily set all that up after the murder, right? Sorry, but that's not an option, pal. Why not?
How quickly you forget, Phoenix Wright. Ever since the incident occurred, this place has been completely inaccessible. Because Dusky Bridge was completely burned out.
I was overseeing repairs to the bridge the whole time. No one came over here before me and my men. Which means no one else could have planted all this stuff here, pal. I can't think of a counter-argument to that. I knew it. I should have washed the blood off the lantern as soon as I got here. If this really was the scene of the crime, then I need to figure out exactly what it was the Bikini actually saw. Oof. Alright, that's everything there. Here we go. February 9, Hazakura Temple, main gate.
It seems you have a visitor. Mr. Wright.
Iris, I'm really glad to see you. Godot managed to mobilize the police by claiming a state of emergency.
Not him again.
Never mind him. We've got to hurry and unlock the sacred cavern.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. It's my fault. Someone so important to you is locked in there. Mr. Edgeworth, can we finish our conversation later?
All right. Let's hurry to the inner temple then. I'll see you later, Wright. Wait, Edgeworth! I'm coming with you guys! Sorry, Wright. I can't allow you to come with us. What? I hate to be the one to break it to you, but Maya Fey is in a rather delicate position. What do you mean by a delicate position? This isn't simply a rescue operation, right? It's also an investigation. That being the case, we can't allow members of the public to interfere. Come on, Edgeworth. If anything happens, you will be the first to know. Please understand, right?
But it's Maya, Mr. Wright. All that matters is that Mystic Maya is rescued, correct? Listen to the voice of reason for a change, Phoenix Wright.
From now on, consider anything beyond Dusky Bridge to be off limits. We'll be going now. Excuse us.
This is no time to be standing around, Phoenix Wright. Aren't there other things that demand your attention?
She's right. Thanks for reminding me. Yeah, Elise being Misty is currently the most likely theory we've got. February 9, Hazakura Temple, Main Hall. Sister Bikini looks like she's shrunk some since I last saw her.
Don't be so rude, Phoenix Wright. What's wrong, Sister Bikini? My, hello you two. How are you doing?
And the sound of that sigh, I guess she's still pretty down.
Iris was just here, you know. She was accompanied by that handsome crimson-clad prince.
She talking about Edgeworth?
It was just a courtesy call, and I wasn't allowed to talk with her at all. Oh dear, it's all my fault that this has happened. Poor Iris. She was worried about my back, would you believe? What have I done to her? Only what you had to do, sister. You bravely and truthfully testified about what you saw, and there's no shame in that. And we'll see to it that your testimony wasn't made in vain. Well, I don't hear anyone else saying that. Mr. Blue Suits doesn't seem to share your opinion, I see.
Oh, yes, you did great, Sister Bikini. Absolutely spectacular!
You two are the only ones who said that to me.
I can't shake the feeling that I just became a shill to a shrew.
Do you have a problem, Phoenix Wright?
Sure, she was brave to testify so truthfully like that, but I know she's still hiding something. Guess it's time to break those psyche locks of hers. What all do we have here? We've got a bunch more evidence now, or at least, okay, we've got a little more evidence now. I feel like the talisman would be a good start. Let's see what we can learn with the Magatama. Sister Bikini, the truth is becoming increasingly clear to me. I'm convinced that Ms. Elise Donim had a special significance to this temple. As to why she had a special significance, I believe it has to do with her true identity.
What on earth are you talking about? She was... Mystic Elise was an author, just an author of picture books.
To be honest, I had my suspicions almost immediately after I met her.
Suspicions?
Yes, but I didn't have any evidence to support my theory. But now I do, and this piece of evidence proves Ms. Donim's true identity. Which would be the talisman. Right? Ms. Donim had this charm with her at all times.
Where do you...
This isn't some cheap good luck charm either.
Then... What do you think it is, Mr. Wright? What could a talisman like that possibly mean?
It's a talisman, is it? Interesting.
Oops!
This thing speaks volumes about who Ms. Donim really was. This talisman and one other item unequivocally prove Ms. Donim's true identity. Yep. Yep, here we go. We got him. The painting is obscured by this gravy stain at the moment. But this scroll shows the master of the Kurain channeling technique. The crest at the top is a sign of that honorable title. The very same crest that adorns the talisman the victim carried with her. This crest is reserved for the master of Kurain.
Who on earth told you that nonsense? I've got no idea what you're talking about.
Hey, Mox. The new master, Maya Fey, told me.
What? You mean that acolyte is Misty Fey's
daughter? Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes. In fact, since her eldest daughter passed away, Maya is Misty Fey's sole successor.
Mystic Misty.
Oh, dang, that hit her hard.
Mystic Elise graced us with her presence here about a week ago. When she showed me the talisman with that mark on it, well, I nearly fainted.
5 locks for one big secret. That's right. Hello there, Astro Dude. Good to see ya.
No one's seen her since she disappeared 17 years ago, after all. What is the significance of this talisman, sister? The Kurain talisman? Well, it's a symbol of the master of Kurain. The bear must carry it with them always until their death. Until their deaths.
So Elise Donim was really Maya's mother, huh?
She was Misty Fey, the master of the Kurain channeling technique.
The truth comes out at last. Looks like we're making some headway here.
Tell me, sister. After 17 years, why did she choose to show herself now? Because something happened that called her out of hiding.
What happened?
Well?
An earthquake.
What's happening?
It can't be.
Earthquake?
Oh, it's the big one, too.
Oh my goodness, the inner temple! This kind of tremor might... The inner temple? The sacred cavern in the training hall. It might very well cave in.
What? Maya!
It seems to have passed.
Well, we can't just stand here and do nothing. Let's go.
What? Where?
To the inner temple, of course. Where else? Sister Bikini, we'll finish this later, all right?
Of course. You run along now. People may have been hurt. I must get some first aid kits ready. Come on then, Phoenix Wright. They won't bar you from entering as long as I'm with you.
Thank you. Right at that moment, I had the worst feeling in my gut. We just had an earthquake. I wonder if he's all right.
You look worried. Are you thinking about Miles Edgeworth?
Come on, let's go. You've got to hurry to the inner temple and... Right. Oh, wow, what are you doing here? How could I have...
How do you expect us to understand if you don't speak up?
Ow! Why am I the one getting whipped? She's gone. No! The defendant, Iris, she's gone. Gone there. She fled. She escaped.
What?
Yeah, this is a lot. The final case is always dramatic, but holy crap. So it was just now, during the... It's easy to see Edgeworth's one and only weakness. His fear of earthquakes. I should have known better than to escort the defendant alone. As soon as the ground started shaking, everything went dark before my eyes, and I stupidly passed out. That incident haunts you to this day, doesn't it? Oh, I'm sure it does, Fox. This is the final case of the final game in the original trilogy. They're gonna go all out. That's no excuse for letting the suspect get away. I can't believe I let it happen. Right, the inner temple area is a dead end, so she could have only escaped to this side. We haven't seen her. And we need to get a manhunt underway now and search Eagle Mountain from top to bottom. Wait, Edgeworth, have you thoroughly checked the inner temple yet? Don't be ridiculous, why would I? The inner temple is like an island. There's no way to escape but to cross. No, that's not it. Iris isn't the type of person to run away, Edgeworth. What are you talking about? Sister Bikini mentioned something when we were with her. She said that the sacred cavern might have caved in because of the quake.
Then you think Iris might have gone to the inner temple to check on the situation?
Listen, Edgeworth, I'm sure she's at the inner temple. A manhunt is not necessary. Right? Let's not waste any more time. We need to get to the training hall sacred cavern now. All right, let's go. February 9, Inner Temple, Training Hall. Fortunately, the sacred cavern hadn't caved in. But what we found was something none of us could have ever expected. Well, more locks. How can there be even more locks? What is the meaning of this? Iris. Iris, please tell me. What the hell is going on? All right, well, we've still got an hour and 20 minutes left on the clock, so obviously we're going to the next chapter. Part 3-2. February 9, Inner Temple, Training Hall. Right? Is this what Godot was talking about? Yes. The trick locks. Now then, Iris, please remove these at once.
Mr. Edgeworth, I'm afraid I can't. It's not possible for me.
What? During the earthquake, when the cavern was in danger of caving in, Iris escaped. I know that there was only one lock when I was here last time.
So you're saying that you can't undo the new locks?
Yes. If only I was stronger. Edgeworth, how are you feeling? You look a little pale in the face. Like you're one to talk with your face all green.
Miles Edgeworth, go and get some air. I'll watch over the suspect. You go and get a grip on yourself.
Don't be ridiculous. Oh, fine.
There's no telling what sort of mistakes you could make in your current state. Go and get some rest. That's your only concern now, Miles Edgeworth. We're getting to see a bit more of that good person that we got to see a little bit of during the second game. So that's been kind of nice. I didn't know Francisco was capable of compassion. Oh.
Understood. I'll handle the investigation in the garden. You take care of things here. Edgeworth.
He's got so much
He's got so much pride that he's probably off crying in a corner of the garden.
pride is simply another trap that hinders us in our lives. That said, one must have pride to be effective on the job. At any rate, it seems that this is where we part ways, Phoenix Wright. I'm going to stay here and see if I can help solve these bothersome puzzles.
I see. Well, thanks for your help. Now then, do you mind if I ask you a few things, Iris?
No, not at all.
Why did you make a run for it, Iris?
I'm sorry. I heard the inner temple had been severely shaken by the strong earthquake we had. I was so worried. I just had to come and see. In other words, you didn't run away to escape the law. At least we're clear on that. I can't tell you how relieved I was when I saw the sacred cavern was all right, but what? Then I saw the chains there. I saw all these extra locks that someone had put on the sacred cavern's door, and...
Do you think it was Godot? Would Godot be that cruel?
Who in the world would do something like this? These trick locks are a sacred treasure of the Kurain tradition. There are hundreds of ways to set them. That's why only one person who set the lock, that only the person who set the lock can open it.
They're basically complicated combination locks.
And you are the one who sets these locks.
I don't think it's that simple, Franziska von Karma. When we were here the first time, there was only one lock. But now, somehow, there's 5 of them.
What does that mean?
It means that someone wanted to secure the place even more. And they wanted to secure it before you got here, Iris. Presumably because they wanted to make sure Maya couldn't get out. That means that Iris can only open one of the locks, the first one.
Yes, that's correct. What?
Iris, try to think, please. Isn't there any way around this? I mean, we do have a Magatama that's pretty good at taking them out, but I don't know if that'd work on the corporeal ones.
Well, like I said, there are hundreds of different ways to set these locks. I suppose if I went through every combination with each one, I could remove them in about, 10 trillion years after the heat death of the universe. But it will take time, won't it? Yes, about a day.
About a day, she says. She says it'll take about a day. Y'all hear that? About a day. She's quick. She's like the Flash. Oh, God. Trying to break into negative Batman super prison. Oh, God. A whole day? That seems like so long compared to 10 trillion years after the heat death of the universe.
Well, that's better than leaving the locks in place. Will you do this for us? Sure. I'll do whatever I can.
We've got to wait another day. Hang in there, Maya. You're gonna have to call on your inner strength now. You know what, Iris? There's still one thing I don't quite get.
And what might that be, Phoenix Wright?
I think it's obvious. Iris, on the night of the murder, where were you? Please, Iris, don't give me that look. You told us that you were in your room at Hazakura Temple at the time of the incident. But you were seen that same evening at the Inner Temple. And then you were spotted at the scene of the crime in Hazakura Temple too.
Being spotted at both Hazakura Temple and the Inner Temple? Why, it's as if you've,
Well, Iris, I think it's about time you told us the truth. Ooh. More psyche locks, only 3 this time. I knew it. Honestly, if you're gonna wait 10 to the 60th years for the heat death of the universe, what's another 10 trillion? You know what? You're right. All is not as it seems. Oh, definitely. I haven't zeroed in on exactly what's gonna happen just yet. It's funny, in the first game, I was able to predict the endings pretty well. The second game, I was off a little bit a few times. And then this third game, it's actually been keeping me guessing. Well, let's take a look at our first question anyway. You can tell the writers have been getting better as the series goes on. At least as far as twists and turns go. I think it's time you told the truth about what you were doing on that night. You said you were in your room at Hazakura Temple the entire time. Do you still claim that to be the truth?
yes, that's where I was.
Iris, I believe you're innocent. That's why I want to believe what you're telling me too, but I can't. Because this person you saw somewhere else on the night of the murder. This person saw you somewhere else on the night of the murder. I'm talking about Sister Bikini, of course.
Sister Bikini.
Her testimony in court today was very clear.
That night I was helping an acolyte with her training in the Inner Temple, but, well, as you can see, my back likes to act up violently, so I left Iris to help the acolyte and returned to Hazakura Temple.
Sister Bikini didn't just see you. She spoke with you. I hope we send Larry to jail. You two talked about Maya's training that night. So you see, Iris, you were there at the Inner Temple on the night of the murder.
That's very impressive, Mr. Wright.
Hey, we broke one.
The Acolyte's actual training was due to start after 10 o'clock that night. I left the main hall early so I wouldn't be late. What time was that? Let me see. It takes about 20 minutes to walk between the main hall and the inner temple. So I would have left at about 9:40, I think. I'm sorry, Iris, but lying just doesn't suit you. Huh? Now, you say you left the main hall at 9:40, but what you say doesn't add up with this. Rang lights out bell at 10 p.m. Which means she couldn't have been at... She had to have been in the main temple. Oh, and the headdress as well. Interesting. You yourself testified to the contrary, don't you remember? You said you rang the lights out bell at 10 o'clock that night. Plus, only moments before you rang that bell, you were seen at the main hall by the most reliable witness I have. Who's that? Me. I'm glad that I could read that before it appeared on screen. Mr. Wright, we even spoke a little that evening. That's when you gave me this. Surely you haven't forgotten. No, that's right. I remember. And that brings us to another puzzling fact, Iris. At 10 o'clock on the night of the murder, you were seen in 2 different places at the same time. It's time you told me exactly what's been going on, Iris. So far, I've managed to prove 2 things. First, on the night of the incident, you were at the inner temple. And second, at the exact same time, you were ringing the bell at Hazakura Temple. There's only one possible explanation for this apparent impossibility. There were 2 of you? I can't cancel out either. On the night of the incident, you were seen in 2 different places at the same time, which means there must have been 2 of you. That lines up with what we were thinking early on. I can't think of any other explanation, Iris. But that's crazy. How could that be? There's only one of me. It's impossible. Impossible? I wonder. The way you're trembling certainly seems to suggest otherwise. You're seriously trying to suggest there's more than one of me? Then show me the evidence. Show me something that proves there's more than one of me. I don't think we have that yet. I don't think we have the evidence that shows there's 2 of her. So we're gonna have to cancel out and go to the break. All right. Hey, if you want to support us, there's a couple ways you can do that. You can subscribe here, of course, get access to all of our cool emotes and shit. Or you can head on over to patreon.com/ifwhen
Putting that up on the screen now. You get access to art, music, shoutouts at the end of the streams, you know, all that good stuff. That's all. Gonna hit that BRB button and run some ads. No stance on ad blockers. We'll see you back here in just a few minutes. All right, we're back. Guess we're gonna have to go talk to some people. Edgeworth might have something to say, right? Still need to re-find Pearl. At least we know she's alive. February 9, Inner Temple, Garden. The cops are still combing the place. They look pretty nervous. I'd be nervous too. It's gotta be a tough job. Especially with someone giving you the evil eye the whole time. How could I have done that? Wow, I can't believe it's still bothering him. Dude, trauma. Read a book. Well, I guess considering every time anyone mentions books to Phoenix, he gets dismissive. Means that he's probably never actually read one.
It's been so long since I've seen her that I wouldn't recognize my own mother. Ha 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 ha. Good shit, yeah.
Edgeworth?
How do you become a lawyer without reading a book? He learned on the job. At least as far as any, like, that's actually a plot point in the first game. He has no idea what a law book is. Good point, Mox. Mox knows. Hey, don't you dare run away.
What do you want, right?
What do I want?
If you came here to laugh at me, then get on with...
Oh, that's a good throwback. Callback? Callback.
Then get on with it. Go on, laugh away.
I was ready to hug it out with him, but he's just the same prideful Edgeworth. He went back to the Criminal Affairs Department, right? He said he wanted to look into something concerning Iris.
Yes.
And thanks to what I found, I was reminded of something terrible. You guys are putting a lot of effort into the investigation of the garden here, huh?
There's a high chance this is the actual scene of the crime, that's why.
You mean because of the writing and blood and the talisman in the snow?
Exactly.
As you know, those things couldn't have been planted here after the murder. But surely you don't suspect... Aya, do you? We have to treat everyone as a suspect. Maya as well as Iris. It's our job, right? So I guess you still haven't gotten over your fear of earthquakes.
No.
Though thankfully my nightmares have stopped. Still, if the ground gives even the slightest tremor, I find myself short of breath. 17 years ago. I do suspect, and don't call me Shirley. 7 years ago, when we were little school kids at the same elementary school. Edgeworth found himself in the middle of a murder. In the middle of a midder. It all started with that big quake that hit the courthouse. Yes, I was stuck in the elevator with my father, who was a defense attorney. We were deprived of oxygen and we passed out. That's when it happened. That single gunshot shattered my whole life. I lost everything that day, all because of that earthquake. My dreams, my family, and myself. It's been more than 17 years now. And that case was finally resolved 2 years ago, right? You think I don't know that? I was there. But for such a shock, I never imagined I could be so wrong about myself and my life. I'm sorry, right? There's nothing else I can say. Not after you chose to become a lawyer for my sake. And not after you saved me. Edgeworth, you're stronger than you think, so no more of this self-pity, okay? Say that out loud. There was something that bothered me about her from the moment we met. I felt like I'd seen her somewhere before. No? Wait. Not somewhere. I felt I'd seen her in court before. So you went back to the Criminal Affairs Department to look for her file? Yes. I checked over every case file I've ever worked on. And I was right.
I had seen her face before, 6 years ago. 6 years ago? It was my first appearance in court, and as cases go, it was my worst nightmare. So, who is she? I'm sorry, right? I can't give that information away to a member of the general public. What? Why not? It might be the crucial piece of evidence, the crucial piece of the puzzle that solves this case. The woman I knew was the daughter of a jewelry store owner. She had nothing to do with Iris and Hazakura Temple. And neither did the case. No, that woman is completely unrelated to this murder. Unrelated? Yes, I can say that with complete confidence. You're wrong, Edgeworth. She is totally related to this case. Need to fill Edgeworth in. I need to explain the connection between Iris and the woman Edgeworth knew. Alright. Do I present Iris to him? We don't have a file for Dahlia. Apparently, Iris was taken in by the sisters here at the temple when she was a child. However, we still don't know much about her past, so we're looking into it. That reminds me, Edgeworth went back to the Criminal Affairs Department to look up some stuff on her. I should ask him what he's found. Well, we already did that. Ugh. Let's look around, I guess. February 9, Inner Temple Gate. I'm finally getting to the bottom of this case. I can count on Iris to break those locks, so I should try to gather more clues. From Sister Bikini, Edgeworth, Gumshoe, and Pearls. February 9, Dusky Bridge. It's weird that there's no one around all of a sudden. It sure gets quiet up here in the mountains when you're all on your own. Speaking of alone, I guess I should go check out the shack down this path. Maybe I'll find Larry there sulking again. Ugh, do we have to talk to Larry? Can we go anywhere else? Ugh. February 9, Heavenly Hall. Oh, thank God.
Mr. Nick!
Pearls, what are you doing here?
Nothing. What about Mystic Maya? Is she alright?
Well, we don't know yet.
Oh, I see.
Hey, what do you think you're doing here, Nick? Larry, this is the loser's shack where losers get together to lose themselves. This is the what? Hey, we find comfort in each other's failures, okay? You got a problem with that?
Look, Mr. Nick, Mr. Laurice did a picture of me.
That's great, Pearls. We're gonna gather firewood now. We'll be cooking some half-rotten potatoes over a miserable little campfire. So stay out of our way. I don't believe this. Why can't he try getting fired up over becoming a better person? No one believes a word I say anymore. Yes, because you keep lying. Listen to me, Pearl. You don't want to trust this kind of guy, okay? He'll only let you down.
Oh, Mystic Maya?
Larry, is there something you want to tell me about this picture? I've got nothing to say to you, Nick. My life's here now with Pearl, two losers cooking potatoes together forevermore. What am I gonna do with them? Alright then. What do you think about this picture, Pearls?
I think it's really well drawn. I can't draw at all, so I think it's really amazing.
See, someone appreciates it. It's tough getting the flames to look like that, you know.
It's supposed to be Sister Iris flying through the air, isn't it? I love it. It's like a dream. A wonderful fantasy.
No, it isn't a dream. She really flew. I'm telling you, Iris really flew that night.
But Mr. Lorry's...
I also want to see Larry's portrait of Pearl. Like, you can see he's actually a pretty competent artist, both from this sketch and also the picture of Iris on the wall there.
But Mr. Lorry's...
Not you two. Please don't look at me like that, Pearl. Don't look at me like I'm some kind of nutcase, I beg of you. I guess this picture really is a representation of what Larry thinks he saw. Okay, so I was half asleep when I was here that night. But I was wide awake after the lightning struck. And I saw what I saw. It was exactly like I drew in the picture. There's a lot of stuff that's upside down in this case, huh? And it looks like I don't have any choice but to take this sketch at face value. Hey, what's with the look of doubt on your face? Pearls.
Yes, Mr. Nick?
I've been meaning to ask you about the night of the murder. Where were you? What exactly were you doing when it all happened?
I'm just a kid, you know. I'm sure it doesn't really matter what I was doing. Does it, Mr. Nick?
Sorry, Pearls, but yes, it does. On the night of the murder, you were supposed to be in Ms. Donim's room reading a book together. But Ms. Donim was murdered and you, Pearls, were at the inner temple. Just what exactly happened that night, Pearls?
I'm really sorry, Mr. Nick.
Damn. Oh, shit.
I've been a bad girl. That's why I'm being punished.
Oof. What are you talking about, Pearls?
My spiritual power, it's disappeared.
What? Her powers have disappeared. I agree, Willow. What do you mean your power disappeared, Pearls?
It's all over for me. A spirit medium who can't channel spirits is like a painter who can't paint.
Hey, what are you looking at me for? Pearls, did you try to channel someone's spirit right here at Hazakura Temple? Tried but failed. Oh, no. Did she try and channel Misty, but Misty was still alive, so it didn't work? Way to go, Nick. You made her cry. That was really cruel of you. Just as I thought. I'm gonna have to break her psyche locks to get the truth out of her. Well, let's see what we can do. Having that voice clip so crisp feels kind of surreal still. After dinner on the night of the murder, You were supposed to be in Elise Donim's room reading a book together, correct?
Yes, I was happy when she invited me, but I didn't go in the end.
Or she tried to channel someone who was already being channeled by someone else. Oh, that's possible too. Ooh. You didn't go? Phoenix's new voice clip is from the 3DS games. Good to know. Here, I thought they might have gone back and redone them from the source files or hired someone new. Or, you know, someone from the same voice actor, maybe. No, there was
Somewhere I had to go instead. I was so worried. I had to go. I didn't know what to do with myself. I was so nervous.
So Pearls never went to Ms. Donham's room because she was too worried about something or someone else. Pearls? On the night of the murder, you went to this place, didn't you? You went here, didn't you, Pearls? Nope. This is where you went because you were so worried, right? Then the next question is, who or what were you so... Okay, never mind. Now I'm gonna take a guess, and you can tell me if I'm right or wrong, okay?
You mean you know?
If I'm right, will you tell me the whole truth?
Okay.
You were in this place for one very simple reason, and that was... Right? It's obvious what you were so worried about, Pearls. It was Maya, wasn't it? They changed it due to controversy surrounding the old voice. Oh, huh, good to know. They used that as like a reason to update the games too. So we got like the galleries and stuff added. That's really interesting. I gotta look into that. Ah, you knew the training Maya was undertaking was dangerous. After all, it was a special course.
I signed up for your special course. Well, my, quite brave of you considering how cold it is.
And the chapter select, yep. No dialogue history, yeah, that was getting to me last week.
Young people can be so reckless with their health. Don't blame me if you become one with those you channel.
The first ominous sentence of this episode. Sister Bikini scared you with what she said, didn't she? And because it was you who introduced Hazakura Temple to Maya in the first place, you felt responsible, didn't you?
Thinking about what could happen to Mystic Maya made me more and more worried. I couldn't sit still at all. That's why I decided to go and find out how she was doing at the Inner Temple.
Ooh, that was only one lock. Then we're clear now that you went to the Inner Temple that night, Pearls. What's not clear is what happened after that. About what time was it when you headed over to the Inner Temple?
It was probably around 9:30 when I left the main hall. I heard the real training was supposed to start at 10. I wanted to get there before it started. But there was so much snow, so I didn't get there until after 10 o'clock.
Until after 10? How did you know what time it was?
Because I heard the bell ringing for lights out.
She heard the lights out bell. The Hazakura Temple bell's pretty small though, isn't it? You must have really good hearing.
I was really trying to pick up the sound of that bell, that's all. I didn't want to miss it. That would be terrible.
She was trying to hear the bell. Tell me, Pearls, why were you so worried about hearing that bell?
Huh? Oh,
I think I know why. The reason you were so worried about the bell was because of this. Nothing's immediately jumping out at me except to just show Elise. Iris also a possibility here. I feel like there's more we need to discover, though. Neither of those make me go, yes, that. I don't think I have enough evidence yet. I should investigate and gather some more clues before I try again. The wiki has full transcripts. Yeah, the community will always jump in and fix the problems that the devs leave. Haven't talked to Sister Bikini again yet. February 9, Asakura Temple, main gate. I wonder if Sister Bikini's back at the main hall yet. I haven't seen Gumshoe around for a while either. Maybe they're having a cup of tea together somewhere. I bet Gumshoe is Sister Bikini's type. Does the first lock stay broken? I think so. Otherwise, we can always skip the dialogue and it'll be fine. February 9, Hasakura Temple, main hall.
well, what's the damage? How is the sacred cavern?
It looks like it survived, but we have a bigger problem now. Have to re-break them? Okay. I told Sister Bikini all about it. About the 5 locks that were stopping us from getting inside the sacred cavern.
But who could have done that? The only people who know how to set those trick locks are those of the Kurain tradition.
We have Iris at the sacred cavern trying her best to open them for us right now. Actually, there's something I've been meaning to talk with you about, Sister Bikini.
Oh, yes. We were in the middle of a chat, weren't we?
Yes, you were telling me how the Master of Kurain disappeared 17 years ago. I want to know why Misty Faye suddenly appeared at this temple.
That was about a week ago when Mystic Elise, Mystic Misty, arrived. After she showed me the talisman that proved she was the master, she said, "Someone is trying to destroy the Kurain tradition's main family line."
Oh no.
I'm here to put a stop to them.
Someone was trying to destroy the main family line. We're either looking at Morgan, someone related to Morgan, or, and I'm just throwing this out there, this wasn't actually Misty who died, but it was Morgan trying to disguise herself as Misty. You know, it could happen. Someone was trying to destroy the main family line?
There's only one heir to the title of master at any time, and it's usually the eldest. That child becomes the new master of Kurain, and her daughter's the main family. All other mediums become branch family members with no hope of controlling the clan. That's why nothing's changed throughout the history of the clan. Branch families always have and always will plot to erase those of the main family line, and this seems like a really, really bad system they've got going. Is the power of the Master worth this much bloodshed? You believe in the technique, don't you, Mr. Wright? You know its power is real. Yes, I do. It's been 2 years since I first met Maya. In that time, I've seen her channel the spirits of the dead plenty of times. During the Mask to Mask case. And during the Maggie Bird trial. Plus others before that. Thanks to Maya, Mia's always been on hand to help me out when I need her the most. The Kurain technique has made a huge difference to the world, you know. I mean, the ability to commune with the dead, that's true psychic power, you know. Members of the tradition have always been there behind every important leader. Who wouldn't respect such a tremendous skill? I suppose so, but with all that power and influence, I kind of expected you'd be really rich by now. Are you saying we're poor, Mr. Wright? You're very direct, aren't you? People don't believe in it anymore, you see. All because of one little mistake. A mistake? What mistake? It was 17 years ago. That's when everything came crashing down. All because of that incident. That incident? Is she talking about what I think she is? I'm sure the records still exist if you're interested. Locked up, of course. It was called the DL6 incident. That's the name of the file. The DL6 incident. I knew it! Yep. All comes around. The DL6 incident. I know it well. I handled a related case just 2 years ago. Oh, that's right. So it was you who was the defense attorney on that case. A murder that took place 17 years ago. It was the first time in the country's history the police ever used a spirit medium. The idea was to channel the victim's spirit to learn the identity of the murderer. And the medium who performed the channeling was Misty Faye, Maya's mother. Through Mystic Misty's channeling, the name of a certain man surfaced. Armed with that as evidence, the investigators were spurred into action. But that man, he was found not guilty, wasn't he? That's right, he was. And the case remained a mystery. In other words, we failed. It was the first case the world had ever seen the Kurain tradition openly involved in. It was all over the media, the public, the judiciary, the people of Kurain village, even on the internet. Everyone judged her. Everyone said Mystic Misty's powers were just a sham. Sorry, burped in the middle of that sentence. And then she just disappeared, vanished, while everyone thought of her as a fraud. But I know the truth. Misty Faye's spirit channeling wasn't a sham at all. Of course it wasn't. And since you managed to reveal the truth, we're finally making a comeback. The Kurain tradition is starting to recover at last. But with a new master wielding the power of the clan... Does she mean Maya? The spiritual power of the Kurain channeling technique is in the blood. Maya's told me the exact same thing before. Oh, please give us a flashback to Maya saying that exact same sentence. We, the women of the Fae clan, have always been spirit mediums. It's because the power to communicate with spirits flows strongly through us.
Damn. According to Maya, only the women in According to Maya, only the women in the family can inherit that power.
The main family's bloodline stems directly from Mystic Amy. But with each new generation, only one daughter becomes the new master.
And the ones who don't become branch families, right?
That's right. And it's always the cause of tragedy.
You know, Maya had a sister too, an older sister named Mia.
Oh yes, I've heard of her.
What? You knew about Mia?
Of course, she became a lawyer in hopes of discovering what happened to her mother.
And lost her life as a result.
Do you know what Mystic Mia is rumored to have said? She said it wasn't only because of her mother that she became a lawyer. She also didn't want to fight with her sister over the leadership of the tradition.
Really?
Well, she saw what happened to her own mother, Mystic Misty, as she grew up. I guess Mystic Mia got tired of seeing all the rivalry between her mother and her aunt.
That's right. Misty Faye had an elder sister too. And Misty, having superior powers, managed to usurp the master's seat from her.
Mystic Misty's sister is Mystic Morgan, as you probably know.
Yeah, we did kinda put her behind bars. Morgan. There's a name I know well. It was a year ago now at Maya's home, Kurain Village. What she did was terrible. It was also she could make her own daughter the next master.
I suppose if you know about Mystic Morgan's daughter, then you must have already realized that Iris...
Huh? Iris? What's Iris got to do with any of this?
That Iris is Mystic Morgan's daughter.
What? Yeah, I kind of suspected that a little bit, but only starting in this conversation. Which is kind of wild. Basically, once Morgan was brought up and the fighting with the branch families and all that, that was the moment I was like, maybe Iris is another daughter of Morgan's. But then Iris doesn't want... Interesting. Morgan's daughter is more... Oh, thank you. Not gonna lie, you had me in the first half. What? Iris is what? Is she kidding me? Iris is Morgan Faye's daughter? Did you just say that Iris is Morgan Faye's daughter?
Oops, I thought you already knew. It sounded like you'd met one of Mystic Morgan's daughters already.
I have! I know her very well!
Oh?
Yes, Pearls! Pearl Faye! But I always thought she was an only child.
You jest! That child? She's Mystic Morgan's! I had no idea.
Her full English name likely could... Yes. Yes, we like to talk about the, we like to talk about where the names and the puns and such come from while we play. Morgan's was one of the fun ones to laugh about during that case.
Mystic Morgan. But she's in prison now, isn't she?
And if Iris was in two places at once, then... Ever since she was found to be a co-conspirator in a murder case last year. It was all done to set Pearls up as the next master.
I see. So I've been wrong all this time. Mystic Morgan had 3 daughters, not 2.
Wait, what? The 3?
Yes, Iris, her twin sister, and Mystic Pearl.
What? Twin sister? Didn't we make a joke about that, like, at the very start of the game?
Oh, didn't you know? It all happened 20 years ago. After the clan leadership was taken from her by her sister, Mystic Morgan's life crumbled. It wasn't many years later that Kurain's reputation hit an all-time low. When Mystic Morgan's husband realized his wife would never become the master, he left her and the village, taking their twin daughters with him. How awful. He was a jeweler, you know. In the end, he remarried, and that's when it happened. Yep. He decided to give one of his girls up to be looked after by us here at the temple. That was Iris, you see.
That's unbelievable. If Iris has a twin sister... Could it be? Could you tell me one more thing, Sister Bikini? What was the name of Iris's sister?
I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I just can't remember. All I can recall is that her father was a jeweler.
So, obviously, for everyone's, what's it called? As Dahlia. Edgeworth, if you present Iris's profile... Gumshoe, if you present Iris's profile as Edgeworth, we did a database search with her fingerprints and came up with nothing. Even identical twins have unique fingerprints. See, that's rad. I wish I'd tried that. It's easy to miss little things like that. No, controller battery, don't run out. Where is my charger? Is that my charger? That's my charger. There we go. Well, that's a clue, I guess. Ah, a jeweler. Thank you very much. You've helped clear up a lot of details. Pearl's had 2 older sisters, huh?
Yes, that's right. No doubt it was all because of Mystic Morgan's anger toward the main family.
Anger? What do you mean?
Her twin daughters were taken from her by her jeweler husband. But even that couldn't destroy her dream that a child of hers would one day lead the clan.
And that's why she had pearls?
It seems that that's dark. It seems that the incident here was a result of Mystic Morgan's anger. It was able to break free of the bars that confine her.
So Iris has a twin sister. The plot thickens. But this information will be useless unless I can flesh it out a bit. I need to ask more questions and get more info. Alright. Okay. Well, at least it was easy to find the next event. Sounds like someone's happy. What tune is that they're humming? No motive, no crime, no motive, no crime. Sing it with me, no motive, no crime. I remember when we used to search in the channeling room in Kurain. I lost the beat. Oh, I love my job. Who cares if the clues I find are no good? That's not what investigating's all about. The investigator investigates for the love of investigating. It's a passion. What is going on? Gumshoe has just been slowly losing it. Good cases we have, good cases we've lost along the way. I would have never guessed that Gumshoe was into What? Reggae? Every case is gonna be airtight. Oh, don't worry, be happy, is what that was supposed to be. But that was not the song that was playing. Hey, pal. Huh? Who? Me? How long you been there? I just got here. Oh, okay. So, what are you up to, detective? I'm investigating, pal. I made a promise to Mr. Edgeworth. I promised I'd find the real murder weapon. The real murder weapon. That barbed sword thing turned out to be a false lead, right? I'm giving it my best shot here, but I still ain't turned up any clues. I just found these weird scraps of paper. Looks like a letter or something. Doesn't seem to have anything to do with the case, though. A letter. So how's the investigation going, Detective Gumshoe? I don't know if I should be telling you, pal, but I guess it can't hurt. Looks like the murder took place in the Inner Temple Garden. And they're taking that bloody writing on the lantern pretty seriously back at HQ. What? You mean... I don't got the details, pal. All I know is if you don't find Maya down in the Sacred Cavern, well, we're gonna be faced with one ugly situation. What kind of ugly situation are we talking here? You got me. I don't know. And not my words, pal. And who said it? Mr. Godot. Godot. What did he mean by that? What did he mean by that? About that letter you found. Don't remind me, pal. I'm busting a gut here trying to find the murder weapon. And all I find is some burned up old letter. Burnt up old letter. Oh, see? This connects back to what we saw before. Yeah, it was in that incinerator right outside the Inner Temple. The incinerator? I knew it. I knew I wasn't imagining it. There was snow on the incinerator when I first saw it. But after the incident, the snow had melted away. Which means someone used the incinerator on the night of the murder. What's up with you, pal? I got it right here if you want to take a look. Can I? Do you mind? Sure, go nuts. I don't want it, pal. You can have it. It's all spirit mediums and masters and stuff. I bet it's got no relation to the case. Spirit mediums? Found by Gumshoe in the Inner Temple incinerator. It's got to be important if it mentions spirit mediums and masters. I better give it a good looking over and some serious thought. Make sure you chuck it in the trash when you're done. Littering's a crime, pal. It is so hard to tell sometimes if he's being serious or if he's trying to drop hints as to what we should do. So what do you know about the real murder weapon so far? Well, it wasn't the Shichi... It wasn't the Shi... It wasn't the Shi... It wasn't the Shichishito that was found impaled in the victim's body. Mr. Edgeworth proved that in court today. Yeah, that's true. In which case, it must have been another blade. And that's what you're running around like a headless chicken looking for now, huh? Yeah, man, is it tiring work. But let me tell you something, pal. I'm no chicken. We got the feather of forensics in our cap these days. We're using the department's secret weapon on this. Secret weapon? So what's this secret weapon? You want to know? You gotta think scientifically, okay? Alright. The murder weapon was a sword. Swords are, scientifically speaking, made of metal, right? Any questions so far? No. I know what he's gonna say, but I'll let him look smart. Metal Gear. Forensics. A weapon to surpass Metal Gear. So what's the perfect tool for the job? Ta-da! A metal detector. Raise your hand if you didn't see this coming from a mile away. Well, you want to give scientific investigation a go? Huh? Me? I've been using this thing for hours now. It gets pretty boring after a while. Why don't you give it a try? I don't know. Can I help Detective Gumshoe out or not? I mean, obviously. Come on, pal. I've got a hunch. I've got a hunch that there's a sword hidden in the staff. Come on, pal. It's good fun, I'm telling you. All right, then. I guess I'll give it a go. Like I said, this is the department's most advanced gadget. The absolute best. Oh, right. It would be the same metal detector, wouldn't it? It's so sensitive you could make it cry. It's so high-tech you could skydive off of it. Oh, bother. Winnie the Pooh voice. So now I'm gonna tell you how to use it. It's possible the real murder weapon is around here somewhere, right? Sure, that's what we're trying to find out. Right, so first let's turn the detector on. Ah, that's the sound of the metal detector's signal bouncing off some metallic. Next, move the detector around and give this courtyard a good looky-see, pal. Don't worry, this baby will let you know when you hit on something. And when that happens, press the A button to give the area a good hard stare. This thing picks up metallic objects that are hidden from sight, too. Take a good look at anything and everything that seems suspicious, okay, pal? Why was the dialogue auto-advancing? This looks like a wallet? Aha! That's where it's been. Is it yours, detective? I'm always dropping it, so I put a bell on it. But you still dropped it anyway. Yeah, well, now I've found it again, pal. Your wallet is completely empty. Ah, well, I drop it all the time, so I don't put money in it anymore. Then how come the metal detector picked it up? Must be because of the bell, I guess. Jesus Christ. That's odd. The sled's made of plastic. It says Bikini number 1 on the side. Maybe there's something under it. Hey, what's this? A badge? Aha! I've been hunting high and low for that. It's yours, Detective. Next, we're gonna find his gun. That thing's priceless to a guy like me, pal. A cop can't be a cop without his badge. I'm sure glad that dime in there. I put that dime in there now. How did you manage to drop your badge here of all places? I know, I bet it happened this morning. I was playing around with the sled and... Stop right there. I don't need to hear any more. Gonna say, if it doesn't react to the sword. That Shichishito next to the golden statue wasn't the real murder weapon, pal. Yeah, I know, I just thought I'd check it again anyway. Oh yeah, that reminds me. You know about that sword? It's supposed to represent the multiple branches that life can take, all ending as one. Yeah, I heard something about that. You know what I think about sometimes? What kind of life I'd be leading had I not joined the homicide division. You think about that kind of stuff, Detective? Of course I do. I think about it a lot. Me as a traffic cop, me as a detention officer, me as the Blue Badger. There is something to be said for the humor value of Gumshoe as the Blue Badger. This is Ms. Donham's staff, isn't it? Scientifically speaking, they're usually made of wood. But the detector is reacting to it. Yeah, but however you look at it, the thing's made of wood, alright? I don't bother investigating anything unless it looks like it might be metallic. It doesn't do wood. Isn't the whole point of a metal detector to find metal where you can't see it? It's weird this thing's causing a racket. Yeah, let me take a look at it. Here, let me take a look at it. Hey, hands off. Examining evidence is a job for the... Ah, the top's coming off! Aw, look what you've done. You damaged a really important piece of evidence. Ah! Yep, called it. That's a sword inside the staff. Is this... Could it be the murder weapon? With no blood visible on it. I'd never have guessed there'd be a sword concealed in the victim's staff. They call this kind of thing a sword cane, pal. This one's a real gem. The workmanship is really something else. Thank goodness it wasn't a cane sword, or else the victim would have stabbed her own foot. I officially give up on trying to figure out how Gumshoe's mind works. If the real scene of the crime was the inner temple garden, then why was the sword used to kill the victim found in the main hall courtyard? Hey, Gumshoe, who knows about the hidden sword? No one. Even the police didn't know about this until I discovered it just now. Well, as they say, there's no team in Gumshoe. Doesn't look like there's any traces of blood on it. Oh, then I guess this isn't the murder weapon, huh? No. I'm sure that someone just wiped it off after the murder. Yeah, of course. This thing's definitely the murder weapon. Great job, pal. It's about the same length as the Shichishito, too. This must be the murder weapon. Okay, I'm gonna run over to forensics. There's gotta be some traces of blood left, even if most of it's been wiped off. See you later, pal. Every case is gonna be airtight. Every case is gonna be airtight. Wait up, detective. Huh? What is it, pal? I'm a pretty busy guy right now, you know. You're gonna get that staff analyzed, right? Would you mind holding off for just a while? Huh? What are you talking about, pal? Please. Just until we find Maya. Maya? What's this got to do with her? I don't know, but I'm starting to get a really bad feeling in the pit of my stomach. Oh, how so? Look, Maya's trapped inside the sacred cavern right now, and, well, we don't even know if she's okay or not. The more evidence and testimony I hear, the more uneasy I feel. You don't think... Maya's been Please, detective. Let's just wait until we can get inside the sacred cavern. You're looking kind of iridian there. Okay. Just stop it with the face, pal. One thing, though. The staff secret trick, let's keep it between you and me, alright? If it gets out that we knew about it, and they didn't say anything, we are finished. I understand. This is just a regular run-of-the-mill staff. Got it? Okay. Now you take good care of it, pal. Thank you, detective. Don't worry. She'll be fine. Gumshoe. You know, there's a place at the base of this mountain that has some real good pasta. How about I take you there when you find Maya, huh, pal? Sure. Thanks. Has a sword hidden inside. No one knows this except me and Detective Gumshoe. I can't help but wonder, though. What else was Elise Donim doing with a staff like this in the first place? Sorry, what was Elise Donim? I got some words mixed around. All right, we're going to take one final break before we go into the last part of this chapter. So I'll be back in about 3 minutes. All right, I'm back. Let's do this. It's time to do the thing. Cough, cough. So I guess we're rushing back to the temple. The small temple. Inner temple, that's what it's called. The Edgeworth, I guess? Okay. Okay. No new scene. Means we gotta present something to one of them? I can try showing him the letter. What do you think about this, Edgeworth? Sorry, Wright. You're a defense attorney and I'm a prosecutor. You were acting for the defense in the trial today. Oh, look, we got 2 new profiles. We got Morgan and we have Mystery Woman, which is Dahlia. Sure. Hey, Edgeworth. Hey, new dialogue. Did you know that Iris had a twin sister? What? A twin? You can't be serious. Sister Bikini told me, but the problem is she didn't know the name of the twin. There was nothing about Iris having a sister in the files I checked. Well, Iris was taken in by the temple when she was really young. Apparently her sister was raised by her father, a jeweler, I think. A jeweler? Right, I just might know who this twin sister of hers is. I had a feeling you'd say that. Let me guess. Her name is Dahlia Hawthorne, right? Yes, exactly. Please tell me what you know about her, Edgeworth. Please. Well, there we go. It was my first court case 6 years ago. I was a greenhorn, and due to my inexperience, the defendant died. You're talking about Terry Falls, right? You know about that case. You're not the only one who noticed something about Iris and Dahlia Hawthorne. I checked one of Mia's old files from 6 years ago. Yes, Dahlia was a key witness in that case. Dahlia and Terry Falls conspired together to stage a fake kidnapping 11 years ago. They stole a jewel worth $2 million from Dahlia's father, a jeweler. And 5 years after that, she murdered her own sister, Valerie Hawthorne, to keep her from talking. Her sister? Well, stepsister, actually. They weren't blood-related. Valerie was the only daughter of Dahlia's father's second wife. Oh. And this is when she entered my life. The woman who tried to kill me. Sorry, Bad Road. You said detectives in California don't have guns. But my brain immediately read that as Castlevania. And I almost said, but Castlevania's a Konami property. So that's where my brain was. So after Terry Falls died, what happened to Dahlia? Did you check that out? Does it really matter? Like I said, Dahlia isn't connected with this case. Why are you so sure about that? It's simple. Dahlia Hawthorne is dead. Jesus Christ. Yep. It's all coming together. Well, her metabolic processes are a matter of interest only to historians. So to speak. Jesus Christ, Edgeworth. That is one way to describe being dead. Thank you. We have been on the right track. I'm so proud of us. What do you mean by Dahlia Hawthorne is dead, Edgeworth? She's dead. Dead as a doornail. This, sir, is an ex-woman. The line, its metabolic processes are a matter of interest only to historians, originates from an SNL performance of the Monty Python's Flying Circus sketch Dead Parrot. Yeah. I didn't realize that that was an SNL version. That's fucking wild. But I did get there. Oh, that's good shit. Right? I must confess that in reading her file, I came to know of the murder case you were involved in during your college years. Yep. Dahlia Hawthorne was found guilty, thanks to the persistence of Mia Fey. Mia Fey! At the time, Dahlia certainly inherited Morgan's blank, angry eyes. Oh, fuck. At the time, Dahlia, it's like she was possessed by a demon or something. It's been almost 5 years since that guilty verdict was handed down, and her sentence was finally carried out. She was executed last month. Executed? I'm sure that's a bit of a shock for you, right? And for more reasons than one. But do you understand now? She can't possibly be connected with this case. She's dead. And once someone is dead, there is no way to revive them. Hey, another callback. There's no way to revive the dead. I wonder. It seems you're not aware of one other connection yet, Edgeworth. And what is that? It's about Iris and Dahlia Hawthorne's mother. What's their mother got to do with any of this? She's Morgan Fey, a spirit medium from a branch family of the Kurain channeling technique. Did you say Kurain channeling technique? Do you know something about it? Oh yes. I know it's connected with that fraudulent spirit medium. Fraudulent? Oh god, he still thinks that Misty was a fraud because that's the story the public knows. I was involved in another nightmare 17 years ago. I was caught up in the middle of a murder investigation. The police didn't have any leads. They were stumped. And that's when they called her in. She was a very famous spirit medium and the master of her channeling school. But you know what happened? As a result of her efforts, an innocent man was accused of murder. She and her powers, they were all fraudulent. Edgeworth, go to the police records room. It's all in there. All you have to do is check the DL6 incident case file and you'll know. Of course. How could I forget? Considering that both halves of the entire first game were basically centered around this, which was also my first year on the bar. Man, this seems like something I shouldn't have forgotten. Edgeworth was the victim in that case. Edgeworth, you'll understand someday. And then you'll see the Kurain channeling technique is real. Fucking hell. They really are digging back into every single detail of the series up to this point. I'm impressed. All right. I'm pretty sure we have enough to break through Iris's locks now. It really does all come back to DL6. It's canon. Full date, December 28, 2001, is the basis for the series timeline, which puts this case in 2019 and Apollo Justice in 2026. Huh. That means I might end up playing Apollo Justice during the year it happens. Just depending on what comes next. I keep wanting it to be the DLSS 6 incident. Have we gotten to DLSS 6 yet? I thought we were still on 5. You can prove to Iris with Dahlia's profile. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think we've got everything we need. Alright, so we can skip up to the third lock. Night of the crime. This person saw you somewhere else at the time of the murder. So that would be Sister Bikini. Talking about Sister Bikini. Yada 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 la 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 la. I wonder if I can also choose the hood. Because that seems like it gets us to about the same place. Well, I'm gonna play it safe here. No, you know what? You're right. Let's try it. You yourself testified to the contrary, don't you remember? You said, okay, it's giving the same dialogue, too. The dialogue seems to fit the lights out bell better, but both work. Brings us to another yada yada, which means there was 2 of you. All right, here we go. On the night of the incident, you were seen in 2 different places at the same time, which means there must have been 2 of you. I can't think of any other explanation, Iris. But that's crazy. How could that be? There's only 1 of me. It's impossible. Impossible? I wonder. So, basically, Dahlia then used either Maya or Pearl to murder Misty. Oof. The way you're trembling certainly seems to suggest otherwise. You're seriously trying to suggest there's more than 1 of me? Then show me the evidence. Show me something that proves that there's... This doesn't prove that there's more than 1 of you. It does prove that there's someone who looks a lot like you, though. Yeah, I also think Pearl, which is why Pearl is terrified. I have a firm grasp of the situation now, Iris. You have a sister, don't you? A twin sister, perhaps. That's right. Dahlia Hawthorne. A woman I know only too well.
I had no idea you knew of her. Very impressive, Mr. Wright. But she's no longer...
Yes, I know. Her sentence was carried out recently, wasn't it? I'm sorry.
Thank you.
There's no need to explain now, is there, Iris? The second you, who was here at the temple on the night of the murder, was your twin sister, Dahlia Hawthorne.
But you just said it yourself a second ago. My sister's dead. Have you forgotten that?
Have you forgotten this, Iris? This is a channeling dojo, a training ground of the Kurain channeling technique. That night, someone channeled Dahlia's spirit, and you knew about it. And that's the secret you've been trying to hide from me.
I was in my room in the main hall that night. As soon as I heard that I'd been spotted at the inner temple, I knew. I knew it was my sister. Dahlia, the other half of me who passed away last month.
Just as I suspected. The Iris that Sister Bikini saw at the inner temple on the night of the murder was Dahlia Hawthorne, and it had to have been Pearl because Bikini was there with Maya. Why didn't you tell me this before?
Because my sister always does the right thing.
Excuse me?
And because I mustn't get in the way of what she's trying to do. I already betrayed her once before. I can't do it again.
You betrayed her? What do you mean?
That's why I have to accept I may be found guilty. It's the only way.
What is she talking about?
You know about it, don't you, Mr. Wright? About the fake kidnapping that took place here on Eagle Mountain 11 years ago. That was the start of it all. It's what started her down that twisted path. She started to commit crime after crime, and in the end, she lost her life. It's all because I betrayed her.
How did you betray her, Iris?
It was no coincidence that Eagle Mountain is where the exchange was to take place. After all, I helped plan the whole thing.
What?
But I got scared, so I ran away.
What are you talking about? Why would you help her? Stealing $2 million from your own father, that's awful.
I mean... But I promised that I'd help, and she didn't do it for the money.
Huh?
It was revenge on our father.
Revenge? Oh, it's up at the top. I was like, wait, why isn't there another dialogue choice? And it was dyslexia. What do you mean by revenge?
He was a hideous man. He threw our mother away and then sent her to hell.
Mother? She must be talking about Morgan Fay.
Our mother was the eldest daughter of the main branch of the Fay family. The main family had a lot of influence in many business and political circles at the time. As the eldest daughter, our mother was set to inherit all of that as the next master. That's the reason our father married our mother in the first place. For power. But his plan backfired. Because our mother's sister took it all from her. She took over as the master of Kurain.
That would be Misty Faye, Maya's mother.
But before long, the credibility of the Kurain tradition hit rock bottom. The new master, Mystic Misty Faye, made a terrible mistake. It was during the investigation of the DL6 incident. After that happened, our father took me and my twin sister away, leaving our mother and our home behind. He hated the place. He said it was a hick dive and that he had no reason to stay there.
That's when you came here to Hazakura Temple.
Yes. The woman my father took as his next wife already had a daughter, Valerie. I had no place in his new family, you see.
Oh.
And I haven't seen my mother once since then. Having the master's seat stolen from her and being rejected by her own family, I've heard she's been very battered spiritually and emotionally.
I think I'm finally beginning to see how the pieces fit together.
I have asked her everything I can in my capacity as a prosecutor. This incident, everything related to it, goes back to the history of the Fae clan.
That's what it looks like. Iris, there's just one more thing I want you to tell me.
What is it?
During the incident in which your sister Dahlia Hawthorne poisoned a lawyer, she began a relationship with a certain college student in order to hide the evidence. That college student, have you heard anything about him?
Well, I did hear one thing. She said she hated his guts.
I see. Thank you for your help.
You're welcome. Hurry up, Phoenix Wright. There is still much to investigate. Leave these locks to me. I'll open them for you, I promise.
Thank you. I suppose I'd better continue my investigation. There's still one giant secret left to unlock. Pearl's psyche lock. Alright, so that's probably the last thing for this chapter. Let's go find her. I think this is where we go to get to... Yeah, there it is. February 9, Heavenly Hall. Look at that. They really did make a fire right in front of the shack.
Oh, Mr. Nick.
You're too late, Nick. If you came here for one of our potatoes, we've already polished them all off. I think I've pretty much got all the evidence I need. Now I just need to find out what Pearls is hiding. Oh. This is gonna suck. After dinner on the night of the murder, you were supposed to be in Elise Stonham's room reading a book together, correct?
Yes, I was so happy when she invited me. But I didn't go in the end.
You didn't go?
No, there was somewhere else I had to go instead. I was so worried, I had to go. I didn't know what to do with myself. I was so nervous.
So Pearls never went to Ms. Stonham's room because she was too worried about something or someone else. Pearls, on the night of the murder, you went to this place, didn't you? You went here, didn't you, Pearls? It's like she's still not going to open up to me. This is where you went because you were so worried, right? Then the next question is, who or what were you worried about? Now I'm gonna take a guess, and you can tell me if I'm right or wrong, okay?
You mean you know?
If I'm right, will you tell me the whole truth?
Okay.
You went to this place for one very simple reason, and that is... It's obvious what you were so worried about, Pearls. It was Maya, wasn't it? You knew the training Maya was undertaking was dangerous. After all, it was the special course.
I signed up for your special course. Well, my, quite brave of you considering how cold it is. Young people can be so reckless with their health. Don't blame me if you become one of those you channel.
Sister Bikini scared you with what she said, didn't she? And because it was you who introduced Hazakura Temple to Maya in the first place. You felt responsible, didn't you? Thinking about what could happen to Mystic Maya made...
Thinking about what could happen to Mystic Maya made me more and more worried. I couldn't sit still at all. That's why I decided to go and find out how she was doing in the Inner Temple.
Then we're clear now that you went to the Inner Temple that night, Pearls. What's not clear is what happened after that. About what time was it when you headed over to the Inner Temple?
It was probably around 9:30 when I left the main hall. I heard the real training was supposed to start at 10. I wanted to get there before it started. But there was so much snow, so I didn't get there until after 10 o'clock.
Until after 10? How did you know what time it was?
Because I heard the bell ringing for lights out.
So she heard the lights out bell. The Hazakura Temple bell's pretty small though, isn't it? You must have really good hearing.
I was really trying to pick up the sound of the bell, that's all. I didn't want to miss it. That would be terrible.
He was trying to hear the bell. Tell me, Pearls, why were you so worried about hearing the bell?
Huh? Oh,
I think I know why. The reason you were so worried about that bell was because of this, which I should have checked more thoroughly earlier, but I'm pretty sure I know what we're supposed to do. Be careful, once night falls, should be there. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit, leave everything up to her. Her name is, she is our, here is a picture of her. Use it when you channel her. I know you can do it. Once this is, tell anyone about this letter. Bravely roast the master in the fires of Hades and bring our vengeance to fruition. That's the one. You were given some instructions to follow for that night, weren't you? I presume you recognize these pieces of paper.
where did you...
In the incinerator at the Inner Temple. Pearls, you were following the instructions in this letter that night, weren't you? That's why you couldn't afford to miss the sound of the lights out bell.
I'm speechless, Mr. Nick. You're amazing.
Holy shit. These instructions that were found in the incinerator. I believe they were written for you, Pearls.
For me, no.
As you can see, a large portion's been burnt, but the last section's still fairly legible. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. Who was it, Pearls? Whose spirit were you supposed to be channeling? Taking into account the author of the note and their purpose for writing it, whose spirit would Pearls have been trying to channel? Don't overthink it, Phoenix. It's pretty obvious who Pearls was supposed to channel. The person you were trying to channel that night, Pearls, was... It was Dahlia Hawthorne, wasn't it? That was the name that was in the letter. It's just as I suspected. It wasn't Iris whose sister Bikini met at the Inner Temple that night. And she had the hood to cover up the bright red hair, too. It was Dahlia Hawthorne. Do you know anything about her, Pearls? Do you know what kind of a woman Dahlia Hawthorne was?
No. I've never heard of anyone by that name before reading those instructions.
I thought so. Pearls doesn't have a clue. Whoops. And accidentally skipped a dialogue box. That's fine. After the instructions in the letter I found, Pearls. Who wrote them? Whoever it was asked you to channel the spirit of someone you'd never heard of. You must have quite a lot of respect for them. After all, you followed their instructions without question. So here's my next question. Who wrote this set of instructions for you to follow? She doesn't know that Dahlia is her sister. Ah, thank you. Pearls, I have to wonder about something. You didn't have any idea what these instructions meant, did you? But you followed them to the letter regardless. Why? Because it was your own mother who asked you, that's why.
How did you?
I figured it out. The person who wrote you this letter was your own mother, Morgan Fay. Alright, Pearls, alright. It's time you started telling me the truth.
Mr. Nick,
Why is she holding back from me? I don't like this.
Don't underestimate me just because I'm a child.
Huh?
If you're trying to say I followed these instructions, I'd like to see some proof.
What?
Because I don't think you have any.
Ugh. She'd say anything rather than admit to carrying out those instructions. I guess I'll have to produce some more evidence then. One more thing should do it. Alright, Pearls. We both know someone carried out these instructions on the night of the murder. But you're right. There's no evidence that proves it was you.
I knew it.
However, I do know that whoever did it was a child.
Huh? How do you know that?
It couldn't have been an adult. No adult would have made a simple mistake like that. Except maybe Gumshoe.
A simple mistake? What do you mean by that?
I'm sure you thought you were carefully following the instructions you'd been given. But you misunderstood some of the words, and this is the evidence that proves it. Gravy roast. Gravy roast. Gravy roast. It was you who splattered gravy on the hanging scroll, wasn't it?
What? Why would I do something like that?
Do you remember what was written in the letter? Gravely roast the master in the fires of Hades and bring our vengeance to fruition. But you didn't know how to read the words gravely and roast, among others, right?
How do you know that?
Remember the conversation you had with Ms. Donim on the night of the murder?
Perhaps we can read some books together. Really? I'd love to. I'm not very good at reading. Well then, would you like to practice reading with me? Ms. Elise? So, for example, how do you read this? It says gravely. That's kind of a tough word.
Sure, Ms. Donim taught you how to read gravely and roast, but what she didn't teach you is what they meant.
Gravely sounded like gravy to me, and the only roast I could think of was the food.
And that's why you did it. That's why you covered the picture of the master in gravy from that night's pot roast.
To be honest, I did think it was a bit strange. I guess I really did get the wrong idea.
Just a tiny bit.
I really am useless. I couldn't even burn the letter properly as my mother asked of me. It's such a simple thing, and I couldn't even do that right. After dinner that night, I did go to the inner temple with a pot full of the leftover gravy.
The gravy?
I saw the picture on the hanging scroll near the sacred cavern. I was sure it was the master of Kurain, like it said in the letter.
I see. And then...
Well, it was already way past 10 when I got there because of all the snow. So I went to the inner temple guest area.
The guest area?
Yeah, I thought I could wait there until the training was over.
Why didn't you just go to the training hall?
Because Mystic Maya's main training had already started and I couldn't interrupt it. So I just stayed where I was and I prayed for her to get through it. But then
Pearls, did you fall asleep?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Hey, don't worry about it, Pearl. Who cares if you fell asleep? I fell asleep waiting for Iris, too. It happens. Shut up, Larry. Anyway, then you found yourself trapped at the inner temple. The original Japanese version I was actually gonna see if anyone knew this one. You're reading my mind here. The original Japanese version uses a pun involving curry, kare, for the misread line from the letter. Splendid. Excellent. Okay. Gravy was a pretty good substitute. That works really well.
When I woke up, it was morning. I tried not to cry, but Dusky Bridge wasn't there anymore and no one was in the training hall. I thought everyone had left me because I overslept. I threw the letter in the incinerator, then I heated up the leftover gravy and...
Well, at least she wasn't starving for a whole day. And let off some steam by chucking the gravy on the scroll while you cried. It must have been pretty scary for you, Pearl. I know what it's like. Nick used to leave me behind when I fell asleep at school, too. Don't equate something so trivial with her experience, Larry.
It was written right in my mother's letter. It said, as soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. I was on my way over to the inner temple when I heard the bell ring.
So you channeled Dahlia Hawthorne's spirit?
No. I tried, but I couldn't do it.
You couldn't do it?
I've never failed at channeling someone. This is the first time it's happened. I tried and I tried and I tried. Yesterday, this morning, the whole time. But I just couldn't do it.
Don't let it get you down, Pearl. It'll all work out. If you want, I'll come flying through the sky for you. Whoosh, just like that. So she never managed to channel the spirit. That leaves more questions. Is that why you think your spiritual powers are gone?
Yes. I don't know what to do.
Isn't there any other explanation for why you couldn't channel a spirit?
I suppose there's one other possibility. It's not very likely, though,
If Maya was channeling Dahlia. Yeah, it's a relief that it wasn't Pearl forced to do this, but it sure sucks that it was Maya. Could you please tell me what it is anyway?
It could happen if someone else was already channeling the same spirit.
Someone else? What do you mean?
Well, there's only one of each spirit, right?
Yep, it's like dating a girl, Nick. You can't see a hot chick if she's already taken. Shut up, Larry. Then that would mean on the night of the murder. Spiritual busy signal, I like that. Couldn't have been Maya. Why couldn't it have been Maya? Bikini was with Maya when she saw Dahlia. Right. It couldn't have been Iris. And Morgan's in jail. It could have been Misty. That'd be kind of odd. And then she stabbed herself? And then Iris tried to pull... Ooh, this is making my head spin. Someone else channeled her spirit before Pearls could. Someone else channeled the spirit of Dahlia Hawthorne.
I'm a failure. I couldn't even grant my mother's final wish.
Her final wish? Wait, is Morgan dead too?
Yes, this letter. This is my last wish, she said. So make sure you follow the instructions carefully.
Huh. This letter. I definitely need to find out more about it.
My mother's gone to a place called a penitentiary.
Oh, okay. But she's still alive there. Yeah, I know, Pearls.
I visit her every month. And last month she told me, "The time we've been waiting for has come, Pearl."
The time we've been waiting for has come, Pearl. There's something I need you to do for me. I hid a letter for you at our home before they brought me here. I want you to read it and do exactly what it says. It's for the good of the Fae clan, my angel. You'll be doing a great thing. Now listen carefully, and I'll tell you where the letter's hidden.
My mother's always nice to me. I love her very much.
Yeah, moms will do anything for their kids, right?
She said it was for the good of the Fae clan, so I knew I had to help her. I mean, Mystic Maya's part of the Fae clan, so it had to be good for her, too. That's right, isn't it, Mr. Nick?
I guess so, yeah.
There was a picture with her letter, too.
A picture?
Of Ms. Dahlia Hawthorne. Usually a picture is enough to channel someone's spirit, but this time...
Pretty weird, huh? Like Larry knows anything about this stuff.
There's something else that was strange about my mother's letter. The seal on it was broken, as if someone had already opened it once before.
Oh, what? That sure is pretty strange. Someone had opened it already. Orders from Morgan Fay, opened once before. Thanks, Pearls. You really helped me out.
You're very welcome.
That's how Misty knew what was happening. Yeah.
My mother is watching over us, so I'm sure Mystic Maya will be alright.
Look at that innocent smile on her face. What am I supposed to say to her? Finally figured it out, have you, Trite? You finally realized how terrible of a crime being painfully obvious is. Wait, you finally realized how terrible of a crime being painfully oblivious is. Godot? The entrance to the sacred cavern looks like a freaking puzzle workshop. I guess he's talking about Iris and the lock-breaking effort. But it's all a waste of time. Why do you say that? Because Maya Fey isn't coming back. What? You don't know what you're talking about. How can you say something like that? It was your job to protect her, Trite. Just like it was your job to protect Mia Fey. Two sisters caught up in the worst circumstances. I realize that, but... And you were the only one who was by their sides. You were the only one who could have saved them. But I didn't know anything about what was going on. Huh. What did I just say, Trite? Being oblivious is a heinous crime in itself. Tomorrow, we'll settle everything in court. Tomorrow. Once and for all.
Mr. Nick, is what that man just said true?
It'll be alright, Pearls. I'm sure Maya's alive. You'll see for yourself tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right. I know I can trust you, Mr. Nick.
Oh.
My dear Pearl, you've done so well, my child. My Pearl. It's better that you don't know what you've done. I knew this day would come for you. The blood of the main family is no more. Now, finally, after all this time, the Master's seat is yours. My last great wish. It seems I was just in time. Do 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 do.
All right. Well, that's it for tonight. I guess next week it's the final trial day. The final day of trial. Although it's also possible that there could be another one, because this is only day 2. Recommend Crown of Pencils short fanfic, The Dry Branch. I may take a look at that. Oh, shit. Oh, let me hit this button over here. Hey, thanks everyone for coming. It's been great as per usual. We're this is a big one. We're finally doing it. Fucking hell. Probably do something lighter like a horror game after this one. All right, if you want to support us, of course, subscribe here, get access to all our cool emotes, or you can head on over to patreon.com/ifwhen, get access to art, music, shout outs at the end of the stream, like these folks, for instance. Thank you to our patrons Willow Mist, Angelic, Nahum Wengrov, Kai, Melly Basket, Andymonium, Green, and Sky. Thank you. Here's a schedule. Tomorrow, next stream is Bad Road playing Legacy of Kain Ascendance over on his channel, which is Bad Road. And then after that, I'll be back here for Zoo with Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance. And over here is our YouTube channel at youtube.com/@ifwhenvod. That's where the streams go after we're done streaming them. Okay, that's it for me tonight. Thanks everyone for being here once again, and we'll see you next time.